have been going towards the A site the entire time, but they've been always been holding off on the final push. As we see, they are actually rushing towards that A site. This time, no smoke available, and it's going to be an aggressive ramp peak.
Going to be very fast ramp control taken from IZAKO BOARS. We're actually going to see that player waiting on sandbags. He's going to be crossed out by a beautiful nade stack, taking down D, and IZAKO BOARS opening with style. We're seeing how that very heavy util buys for a pistol round at least pays off for them. It's going to be Acrogenesis going to be holding shoulder, just waiting for any further push, but IZAKO BOARS have sold the fake. The push comes forward on towards this B site. Dimkey ready for it. He's going to spot that player at the last minute, attacking where he can. Unfortunately, unable to find anything as the flank comes through from mid, taking him down. And LVLup now forced to play retake 3 versus 5, or 2 versus 5. And just able to take down Avis, though. AVN falling to Shane. Acrogenesis now 1 versus 4. He'll find a great shot for Shane there. From behind, taking down what he can. He'll do a bit of damage before falling to his own accord.
This was an excellent round by IZAKO BOARS. The fact, I don't know if they knew from intel, if they heard a step, if they knew from previous watching demos from LVLup, but they knew that someone was behind sandbags. Double nade lands, and it immediately sparks the rotation from the B side.
Yep.
So they just turn the other way around, and because it's such a big rotation from A to B on Vertigo, they just got there way faster than LVLup could.
Actually, you can see a fast push towards ramp here. And looks like D was peaked with that scout, spot the players and just fell away instantly, not even wanting to go for a cheeky little shot that you normally see them go off. Maybe trying to find ahead of his IZAKO BOARS. He's just going to fall away almost instantly. That's a push from Impulse. He'll fall instantly to Exus. D now aggressive, bursting, but he can spot. But Exus again at the ready. We'll tag him down. 12 HP remaining on him. He is still surviving though. The out 10 goes wide, and Tau and Sui instantly fighting those 2 players. And that Nails is categorically failing for IZAKO BOARS there. They had the for LVLup. They had the info. Fortunately, unable to capitalize off it. Shane finding 2 more on the rotation towards mid.
Okay, a random corpse just spawned in the T spawn. But yeah, the CT is actually full bot on that one. So they will have to pretty much eco a couple of minor upgraded pistols for this round. And IZAKO BOARS got themselves a lot of money because they went in with a lot of Tech 9s, Mach 10s, and they just cleaned up everyone. That's just free money.
Yeah, and we see that money all paying off. Shane with 4.7, Avis with 4.5. Bear in mind, these guys have armor, guns, utility already. This is 4.5 on top of whatever they win or lose from the next round. So it's going to be a really big bonus round coming forward from IZAKO BOARS, considering that they saw it as a force spike from LVLup there. So they're going to be looking to get hit 5-6k towards the end of this round if they can try and capitalize on this T-side advantage, well, economic T-side advantage. The CTs unfortunately don't have the luxury of having.
Well, that is going under the impression that this is, of course, going to be an easy round for IZAKO BOARS. I've seen plenty of weird rushes towards, for instance, ramp, where the T's walk into a stack, but this time IZAKO BOARS, they are calming their nerves and they're waiting for the misstep from LVLup to give intel on where exactly they are positioned.
And it looks like LVLup wary of this aggression that IZAKO BOARS show towards ramp. We must see them using a bit of utility just to bait out any form of push before falling on the way themselves. Regardless, so IZAKO BOARS choosing to fight for mid. LVLup having stacked this A site, hoping to catch some player off guard. However, IZAKO BOARS show some patience as they fall on back. Avis going to be that point of contact, so pistols rotate through mid. That's not going to buy a bit of time. The push comes forward, and Sui and Avis melting that push from LVLup. It's all on AVN now. So he'll be spotted by Avis now. Taking him down. And IZAKO BOARS find 3. More importantly, their economy skyrockets. That's 8k on 3 members. And against this full buy, it's just going to be open season for these Mach 10s to just try and go somewhat aggressive, get the odd kill, and they can afford it as well. They can afford these fast rushes, these fast plays, and we are actually going to see a timeout come out from IZAKO BOARS before they commit heavily to this, deciding just what site they want to go to and what level of precision they can commit to it.
Yeah, I mean, this is a throwaway round for the T's. They can do whatever. They've got a full buy next round. They have a full buy after the round after that. So this round is... oh, they actually did upgrade one of the Mac 10s to get themselves an op, which is a pretty big investment. I mean, you could just stick with the, 4 Mac 10s, go for an aggressive rush strat, maybe take... just try to go B, even though most of this map does have long range fights. I think ramp is probably the area where you're the closest against the enemy. But yeah, the op is a little bit of an over upgrade, especially if you're not upgrading the Mac 10s behind it.
Absolutely, yeah. You're going to want that power weapon in play. We actually see D aggressing on B right now. The jump comes through. Avis, that run boost we were talking about earlier, playing out perfectly. We see that level up now, completely losing that mid aggression, not wanting to fight 2 angles at once as they fall on away. IZAKO BOARS able to now aggress, take ramp control, and they've got complete map control over the course of the first 20 seconds of the round. They've level up positionally. They're already at a disadvantage. You'll see Necrogenesis maybe wanting to push closer, maybe try and take some form of contact. However, those Mac 10s are going to be laying in wait for him. Nexus now able to get complete sandbags control and level up without realizing you've kind of just been pushed back around the map. You see that ult opening, Exus finding AVN. As a follow-up push comes through, Necrogenesis now going to be in a very hard place. He will be able to find Avis, giving away his location, but unfortunately he's pushed very far to be able to take him down instantly. Impulse, fast on the rotation. That's why that first Mac 10 taking it down. It goes into a 3 versus 3 for IZAKO BOARS. However, they do have that bomb plant, putting a fuse on the round, if you will.
Yeah, they've got 2 flashes, a smoke, and a molly left on the CT, so they can flash out any moves. The op is going to get shut down quickly.
Actually, Tao now, 1 versus 3. He's going to spot Impulse. That up, going to be holding firm for him. He's going to swing wide. D able to take him down. And IZAKO BOARS, fortunately failing that push on towards a slight level up, taking their first round. And this is where that economic bonus that IZAKO BOARS are able to play, even though they lost that round. We see 10k on Sui still. That's instantly on that orb, drops towards Exus. The remaining players, of course, able to buy out perfectly with full utility and anything they could want. This is where it kind of plays its level up as well, because they ended up losing so many players there. Even though they only 1 or 2 players left, they still have to drop for their teammates, have to support the teammates where they can. And that means we're going to see Impulse with like 2 flashes and no head armor. And Necrogenesis actually without any utility. And level up, even though they won the rounds, they're still not, economically at least, in the lead.
Oh,
and
big
we're actually going to see
rush.
a massive push on ramp as well here. Necrogenesis holding fine. He won't even find Exus. Sui taking him down at the last minute. D through the smoke will find Sui as he tries to aggress towards Shoulder. 3 players left on this B site now. As Exus waiting for that follow-up kill, he'll find D as well. And flash push as well. LVLup doing a great response here. As Tao will find AVN as well. Impulse now. Gonna be that lone ranger on the site. He'll be mollied out of position. He's just gonna try and aggress further actually, rather than fight. I'm not sure if Tao spotted him. As Shane finds Dimkey. It's all on Impulse now. Lone player is gonna fall on away. Wary.
Yeah.
And that push come forwards towards that A site.
Okay, the bomb is just chilling right now. Not really sure where he wants to plant. He's heading back towards the A site because, well, the rotation of Impulse means, yeah, they have no idea where he is. But luckily, Avis is pushing forward on site, is clearing the angles, and now knows, okay, A is clear to plant. Impulse is down to 11 HP, and it's very unlikely that he'll be able to win the round, especially with Avis holding the CT jump up position.
Absolutely. It wouldn't surprise me if we see Impulse here. Just go pick up that orb and look to save. We see him now just pushing forward towards B, looking to maybe get to T-spawn, just find a favorable angle to try and hold, which might be able to do it, as IZAKO BOARS not really showing much interest in hunting, even though they have got that economic bonus on Shane, Avis, and Tao. Sui and Nexus still, yeah, a little bit low. Probably going to require a drop next round.
Yeah, this level up, they're down 4-1, and it's going to be a very shoddy buy. If they're going to go for a buy, they could get, you know, a couple of decent guns dropped. It's possible, maybe a scout here or there. If they get a good utility strat going, they could clean up a side, maybe even go for a mid-rush.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if we see pistols and armor coming out now.
I'm actually kind of curious about that. When he shot the Opera at Fold, when the Opera shot the guy down at Fold, I'm actually curious why he went for the repeat. I think that was a little bit too greedy, because you know that after losing the first guy, they're gonna hold that angle, at least for a bit.
Absolutely. It wouldn't have surprised me. Actually, you can see Pistol Rush coming out towards mid here. Shane finding D before having to fall back. Avis coming up that ladder, looking to support him. AK's going to be spotted. Impulse finding one. Dimkey finding Sui. Avis able to trade.
But the weak weaponry from the CTs is actually reigning supreme. A lot of damage on Tau. They've got 2 kills to their name, and yeah, a Deagle is only 1 bullet needed.
Absolutely, and LVLup. Even though it is a 3 versus 3, they can't be too careful. These AKs, especially against decos, can really be a havoc to try and shut down. So, you know, even though at least statistically they're probably ahead here, considering what they have, we're going to have to see if they're able to capitalize off it. IZAKO BOARS doing that set piece on towards that B site.
Yeah, but LVLup are all 3 on the B site as well, so it's actually going to be a very tough take from IZAKO BOARS if they're going to go for the push.
Yes, absolutely. And LVLup, they've committed fairly heavily to this. They've only got 1 flash left, and IZAKO BOARS, their objective was to bait out the utility. It's worked perfectly. We're going to see that re-smoke come on through. LVLup now with only 1 flash to their name. Necrogenesis is going to be that point of contact. AK in hand as the flash goes off. He's just going to fall away. Hiding that site, still open. Unfortunately, he won't find Avis in a bit, but we're with the collateral coming out from Dinky and Avin. Able to take down Exus as well, and that's a great eco from LVLup there.
Well, that was absolutely amazing. I mean, in such a situation when you're playing a 3-on-3 take of a site, yeah, in this shot though, that was just marvelous. The collateral shot, headshot with the Deagle.
It did look like a bit of a Hail Mary, but you know what? It worked for him. Beautiful collateral. So in order to bring LVLup their second round now, IZAKO BOARS going to be forcing back in full. However, that economic advantage they had pretty much, well, minimalized now. We're going to see now Necrogenesis pushing towards a fast ramp control. We see that flash allowing him to get towards top scaffolding. As the rest of IZAKO BOARS is clearing mids, trying to get that B ramp control. And Exus now in mid, almost spotting Impulse as he jumps on up. The time isn't quite there. He might be hurt though. He'll be tacked down to 30 before falling on away.
That opens up the entire mid area, and they can go every which way they want. It's going to be pretty tough. LVLup is going heavy onto mid to try and defend it, but look at Shane with the triple.
Beautiful kills from him there. It's all on D, and just like that, LVLup had just melted. You saw that as Impulse fell on back there, he had that flash out of the ready to allow LVLup to regain control of that mid area. We saw the swings come on through out of it. IZAKO BOARS had players ready in anti-flash. Shane, for example, he was able to just turn around, get 2 kills, turn a good 90 degrees, finding Impulse as he jumps up as well, leaving just D alone with that orb and looking to save against 3 IZAKO BOARS members. Luckily, though, they're not hunting him down, so he really isn't in too much danger, but you can never be too sure.
Yeah, I get what they tried to do, but Shane just completely shut them down. They went for the 4-man peek in through mid to try and clean up whoever was there, but one Opera takes 1 dude, and for some reason they kind of all missed.
Yeah.
Like, Shane was just that. He didn't even take a single bullet of damage. Just full 3k and walks away with a free arm.
Completely unscathed as well, with that orb in hand, ready to be dropped to Exus as well. And something I do want to highlight is the amount of bomb plants that IZAKO BOARS have got. I think they must have had, in about 8 rounds, they must have about 4 or 5 bomb plants. That's why they're doing so well economically. We haven't really seen them struggle for a buy. Maybe 1 or 2 rounds ago when they weren't able to get much utility, but even then they had AWPs, they had AKs, they had full armor, and they still had enough to do executes. So, and really well played by them to just make sure they always have that site control. Here we see again, ramp control coming out from IZAKO BOARS. D not even wanting to fight it this time. We saw Necrogenesis usually playing a bit closer towards scaffolding, wanting to take a fight, but this time LVLup just giving them complete respect. And IZAKO BOARS probably got into their heads now, forcing them back to play. Necrogenesis just hugging the site.
Yeah, there's. I mean, that's what you pretty much expect every single time on a ramp. It's you just everyone throws utility at the beginning. These can't push. CTs can't take. Impulse can take Avis though.
Great little opening there. Nexus. Looking at that orb jumping over, but the mid-execute comes through regardless. Sui just continuing to push as he'll continue just plowing through mids. D gonna find Sui. That's the bomb action. That's so awful for IZAKO BOARS. AVN finding Shane as well. It's all on Exus and Tau now. 2 versus 5. We'll see Exus come up that ladder. Wary of mid control being taken. He's going to be going into that little duel with, I think, that's D now pushing on closer. And Exus now going to spot him. However, he'll fall D. Taking down D, actually re-aggressing. Tau able to find him. 1 versus 4 now. Flash will go off.
But AVN does shut him down. They will survive with a lot of their players alive, and finally they'll be able to make a little bit of bank. They play the 2-op setup this round. IZAKO BOARS, this time the mid take did not succeed, and they're also pretty broke. So they might just get a couple of upgraded small pistols and go for the full buy next round.
Absolutely, and I do want to highlight LVLup going for the double AWP setup now and see it on Impulse and D. We saw them kind of go for something similar with a scout a few rounds ago, but now we actually see it in full force. Impulse finding Shane to instantly open it up. Tau going to be that only real player with some form of power weapon for IZAKO BOARS, scout in hand as he holds for that B push.
I mean, if you place, unfortunately, they don't have any utility on the IZAKO BOARS side. They're going to go for the side boost. You might not expect the side boost if he's going to peek wide. But if they shut down that player on B, they should get a free bomb plant.
Dimki and Tau just spotting each other's heads. However, neither pulling the, well, Dimki pulling trigger fast enough. IZAKO BOARS really losing that edge they had there. Dimki actually able to hug that pillar. Great position for him. Impulse finding Sui as well. Dimki now able to run as Impulse gets open season. Taking down Nexus. Dimki finds Avis and LVLup. That's a very clean round for themselves they found there.
And finally, that bank is starting to get bigger and bigger. They really needed it. And IZAKO BOARS, their main objective right now is crush them hard. Make them rebuy those ops, especially those ops. Because
absolutely.
If they win one more round cleanly, they probably have enough for the rest of the half on LVLup.
And we see this again, that's highlighted a lot when we see him do this double AWP setup, which is, can you support it? And what an opening from Exus there, finding D almost instantly on that ramp control. As we're going to see Exus actually pushing up from scaffolding again, wanting to fight for shoulder. As he'll shift on forward, going to spot Necrogenesis, how he's going to fall on away. Trying to get lucky with that spam through the railing. Avis now jumping up, he's going to spot that AWP. Impulse though, trading with a beautiful shot through the crane.
And we have another 4-on-4 though. They're not committing to a site just yet. They are going for the boost.
He's going to spot that AWP, whether or not he's able to capitalize off it though. We will see him just fall on away. Not quite sure if Exus was able to see it though. We're going to see that set piece be lined up from IZAKO BOARS. Quite strange for them to make noise, get control, and then go quiet, hoping to get to LVLup's head. However, we've seen that it's quite common for them to take aggression around the map. They're probably wary of it being a hit right now. Down now, ready for that boost.
Yeah, LVLup just moved 2 players away from the B side, considering the fact that IZAKO BOARS might rotate towards B, but this is just perfect. They wait out their time so that LVLup get impatient, and then they execute to take the site.
Absolutely. We're going to see that set piece go down. 30 seconds left now, and IZAKO BOARS have to move quickly. However, boost coming through. Neogenesis. Let's see what he can find. The plan will go through the sap, go through the spam to follow. And Tau having to just bait out where he taps it at least. As the respawn comes down, the third tap now coming through. He's just got to spam the right place to find a kill. However, the plan will finally go through. Avon jumping up, going to tag down Sui. The flash comes through, the push to follow, and Sui finding one, Sui finding two, almost finding a third Neogenesis, able to trade. Exus finding Impulse. It's all on Neogenesis now, 1 versus 3. We're going to see him just fall on back, holding on to that AK, maybe trying to save an AWP if he can find it. As he'll look to just sit by that railing, waiting for the push to come on through. What an execution from IZAKO boards. We saw Tao there constantly tapping that bomb. I assume that was so they could maybe get a sound cue as to where the level up players are, as we saw them just spamming that smoke fruitlessly, trying to find Tao. And that allows, I guess, IZAKO boards to know where the 3 players for the retake were, knowing if there was only 3. That flash came through the push to follow. That allowed Sui to find 2 instantly. And a great defense from IZAKO boards there.
I mean, the initial bomb plant failed because there was a molly thrown underneath him. Then he tried to reposition on the side, but that's not the most ideal plant position. So they just, you know, canceled that plant and went back in, which was super risky. And
absolutely,
it's surprising that he managed to survive, but it did pay off.
And LVLup now, wanting this ramp control. We see them just taking no, well, not taking no for an answer. As they drop that smoke, get control. We see Avan shifting forward. He doesn't want to hug that wall, though. That wall boost coming forward. Nexus, great little bit of vision spotted. They're waiting now for that AWP to aggress on his shoulder. Steve at the ready. Swinging at the right time would be pivotal for him. He'll scope on in. Wait for that push. You won't see anything. It's in full on away. Unfortunately, the timing isn't with him. It's actually allowed Nexus to get up scaffolding fairly early on. Though ready for it.
But it's only Exus here. The rest of the team is going towards mid.
Interesting. We'll see if Exus can sell that fake properly. We see him actually just shifting closer and closer. D aggressing himself, but the timing isn't there, and that's just harrowing. As that player being spotted, Exus tagging down what he can. Unfortunately, missing the shot as D is going to look to find him now. That smoke going to force him out of position as he gets towards Sandbag. D holding firm though. That molly forcing Exus away. See him shift on back.
Any moment.
He comes out. 30 seconds left now. Has Impulse to find that first player falling away. He's going to leg the second as well. The push continues to go through. Impulse finding Sui. Tagging out, finding a third on the shade. Swinging wide, but Dimkey will find Avis. It's all on Exus now. 1 versus 5.
Well, that's just going to be a nice save. However, he's being pushed in the flank right behind him, D.
And he's wanting to knife him. However, he's unable to find it. Exus able to turn 90 degrees fairly quickly, taking him down.
He misses the first knife and he hears like a sound cue like, what?
Almost finding it. However, LVLup now. We see that now it's starting to go for knife kills. Now they're starting to like play aggressive. We see Impulse here, hugging that wall with that ult rather than falling back. So LVLup have actually found their confidence in this game. So to get the groove of the map, knowing that they can actually win this fairly comfortably. IZAKO boards going to be on just pistols and maybe a little bit of armor here and there as they accelerate towards this A site. Or towards this B site, my apologies. And Impulse again finding that opening onto Tao. He's ruthless with this AWP on this B site. We'll push further, almost finding a second.
He likes being aggressive, which is always entertaining to see, though against Eagles you've got to be very careful with the angles that you peek.
Absolutely, that's supported Dimkey. He's now allowed to hug closest to this wall, ready for that boost to come on up. He's going to spot it as the initial push comes forward. And now he's just going to be at the ready. He knows it's his free kill now. That Impulse through the wood. Going to find him. Dimkey able to trade on Shane now. He will find Exus on the other side of the map. And Dimkey taking down Avis. That's the benefit of playing so close. It allows players to hug that wall. It allows them to just get closer and capitalize off their teammates' aggression.
Yeah, that was Impulse. He's really feeling it right now with wall bangs and everything. I mean, he is heavily carrying his team. 15, 3, and 7 on the Opper.
I would see those kills. They've only really been within the last 4 rounds, and that ain't almost beautiful onto Shane there. Goes in towards the mid, and again, LVLup. Going aggro on ramp. IZAKO boards have something to say about it though. Avis finding AVN. Impulse falling on away from mid. Shane gonna get a molly for his trouble.
Yeah, but he can push mid pretty freely right now.
He will, and LVLup, after getting that ramp control, have just fallen on away. Not quite ready for the push to come through from IZAKO boards. And as that set piece comes out, we're actually going to see a bit of aggression from IZAKO boards. We'll have to see if they push forward without util D. Pressing in all the right places, shifting on forward. with his teammate there to support him. And that rifle wings true. Push comes forward, deep finding Axis Impulse. Again with that ult finding Sui. Necrogenesis able to play close, will find Tau. And Shane and Avis now gonna be in a very difficult position. Jake from behind though, taking down Dim Key. Necrogenesis though will find AVN. It's all on Shane. His location known, 1 versus 3.
And a dream.
That's Shane taking down Impulse. And Necrogenesis finding Shane, and for the first time all game, LVLup taking the lead, 7-6 now as they lead against IZAKO BOARS.
Yeah, that was. I mean, D does pretty much do almost every round. He does the exact same thing at Fold. He keeps on pushing with the op, holds an angle, waits for someone to peek in, and then falls back. So at one point, you should probably be holding that Fold if you're IZAKO BOARS, because he'll be there. He'll be crawling, creeping. Even if you already checked it, he'll be coming back.
Absolutely. And now IZAKO BOARS stacks up in mid, wanting to explode. Impulse going to be that point of contact. That man going to find Axis instantly. I'm only going to find a bit of time. B50 and it finds Sui. Avis able to stray the BIMQ and AVN from behind. Finding the remaining players, and Impulse, even though he dies there, he takes 2 players with him, going 18-9 now. An amazing game we've seen from him so far. We haven't really seen much from IZAKO BOARS to try and, I guess, shut him down. As have massive issues now as they potentially face a 9-6 considering how explosive that opening rounds of the game have been for them.
I mean, the best strat that you can go for is just go towards A and don't go mid. Because Impulse is on B or mid the entire time, and it is really crushing them.
Absolutely. Nexus now trying to punish this ramp aggression. Unfortunately, no players to be spotted. AVN looking to go flashed through that smoke. AVN wide, Axis finding one. Nexus trading, and
that smoke was too deep.
It wasn't that. Avis actually playing anti-flash in that corner. A really good read from him to be wary of that smoke wary of the flash to go through that smoke. LVLup haven't done that once, so for IZAKO BOARS to predict that, or for Avis to predict that, and then hide in that corner, absolutely beautiful shutdown of that aggression from LVLup. However, it has allowed Dimkeep to get very close on the safe site, as that smoke's going to allow them to assume he's elsewhere. Jane swinging forward, Dimkeep finds that first. He's almost going to find the second. Sui able to trade though. 2 versus 3. Impulse now. The man, the myth, the legend. On center side, he's going to ring off a shot in the warning. Paolo doing a very good job of shutting him down. It's all on D now. 1 versus 3. He'll run through that mid volley. He'll be spotted. He'll tap down what he can. Molly will hopefully buy him a bit of time as he scopes up, ready for that swinger to come through. However, Tau finding the corner of him as IZAKO BOARS find their 7th. 8-7 now. LVLup lead as we go into the side switch.
Yeah, that was well, that's a really solid first half. I mean, we did say that they're pretty competitive against each other and it's going to be a close game. And as you can see, 8-7, it's as close as it can possibly be.
Sure, for sure. And if this is just a taste of what's to come, it's going to be a lovely best of 3 we have before we go live into this. And something I do want to highlight is IZAKO BOARS. That ramp control, even though they didn't really capitalize off it much, we saw them for almost 60% of the rounds they fought for ramp, actually gaining control within the first 20 seconds. And I think it's a bit of a shame they didn't go B more often, or A more often, my apologies, as they've just been so effective on that site. We saw them win time and time again when they pushed on forward, and when they did lose, they still got a bomb plant out of it. And well, for them, I think they preferred that default around mid. Of course, that's where Impulse was shining. And rather than what we see a lot of teams do, where they just avoid the player who's feeling it, they decided to try and take him head on. Unfortunately, not working to him, or working to their detriment a little bit here.
Yeah, it's a very good showing from both sides. IZAKO BOARS with the first couple of rounds, but of course LVLup coming back, and well, they probably had to warm up a little bit.
Absolutely.
Start styling and have a little bit of a boost from Impulse. 5 MVPs, 18, 4, and 10.
Player below him having only just hit double digits as well. This is going to be a great series for him if he can maintain this. Well, if he can make this consistent. We're going to be going live into this round. We look at the odds as well. Absolutely 50-50 between IZAKO BOARS and LVLup. And in terms of pistol round utility as well from LVLup, we're going to see a fairly util-heavy buy. It'll be 2 flashes and a kit for Tau, whereas LVLup on the other hand going to be going for 2 smokes, molly and flash. So we're going to see a bit of an execution coming out from them most likely. And IZAKO BOARS going for that ramp control. Exus actually able to get close. He's going to aggress further. This could be to his detriment though. Sui finding the first, and the follow-up taps coming through. Sui just trying to find another one. D taking down Exus. The push continuing to come out now. As the explosion comes on forward. And Avian instantly getting crane control, falling back, getting scaffold control as well. As the lineup for this execution comes out instantly. The set piece goes out. The flash to follow, hopefully. And IZAKO BOARS going to have a retake on their hands as LVLup now. Get that ready. Molly forcing Sui away. He's going to tap down what he can. Avid finding Axis. Or Avis. Tau fighting D to trade though. 3 versus 3 retake now for IZAKO BOARS. Tau going to be that point of contact, ready to flash his teammate in. They do have a kit. That could be something to work in their favor.
Yeah, but there's still a flash available on Impulse, and they are very heavily tagged on IZAKO BOARS.
Absolutely. Dimki now swinging on wide chain. The only real zone of HP. Going to find AVN. It's going to find a second, actually. Impulse now 1 versus 3. If anyone can do it, it's him. He'll find that first onto Shane. The player above him. Now Sui able to take him down. And the kits in the hands of Tau will mean this round is firmly in the hands of IZAKO BOARS. Beautiful retake from them to make it 8-8, tying it up. And seeing just what they can do on the CT side of Vertigo.
Very nice showing from Shu. Very good retake. I mean, it's pistol round, so it's all you need is headshots, and they definitely delivered on that retake.
Absolutely. And Impulse, even if they didn't have a kit, they'd have won that. So Impulse, if he maybe pushed back a bit further, maybe hid, then that round was absolutely LVLup's. And for IZAKO BOARS, that must be a bit of a, kick to the shins to kind of wake up and realize that this round is absolutely not in their control. And Dimki finding access to open it up. He will go down to 6 HP. As the force on both teams proving to potentially bear fruits. Dimki only on 6 HP.
Yeah, they bought 2 AKs for their allies, dropped them as well, so Necrogenesis and D both do not have any armor. That's why he's not dropping his rifle towards them, because of course, if they'll get tagged while they're trying to spray, they'll get nothing done.
Pulse finding Shane as well. And these hero AKs prove to be so effective. AVN trading onto Tau as well. AVN though, the only player with armor. That's good for the hero play. Back here, that famous tap down and fall down to 2 HP. Oh, they'll take him down, and this must be agonizing for IZAKO BOARS. Sui going to be that remaining player, 1 versus 4. And if you look at the HPs, looking at the armor and guns, this, technically speaking, is doable. The only players who could really pose a threat to him in terms of armor have only got single-digit HP. Make a bit of noise, and he'll actually find Avid as he fades away there. A great little kill before he backs on out.
Yeah, you're completely right. It's literally like, if you tap a bullet against them, they'll have so much kickback that they'll barely be able to do anything. But at least he's doing some damage, making it hard for them for the next rounds. They will keep 1 armor set alive with an AK, or will they? If Dimki, yeah, he is way out of range, and D will be able to retrieve himself the Galil.
Absolutely, and at least IZAKO BOARS able to hold on to an M4 in the hands of Sui. And we see 1.5, 1.6 on most of their players. It probably will just be pistol and armor coming out from them. So we do see a timeout go on through. See what they sort of discuss here. And Truman, if you're in IZAKO BOARS' position, what do you go for? Do you force? Do you save? What's the plan?
Well, they're already forcing. But yeah, I would.
That answers that.
You'd probably force, and the main reason why is because you just got forced upon, so you're literally broke. You've got no money left. You don't have the loss bonus yet. You don't have the immediate after the first round loss advantage. So you would have to eco 2 rounds. So yeah, you'd force.
Absolutely, and I think that's just what we're seeing here. Shane, Exus, Avis, and Tau all forcing up. Gonna be, I think, pistols on most of them. Will be an MP9 in the hands of Avis, though.
But all you need is 1 M4 And a couple of headshots.
Yeah, 104, a good flash and some headshots is indeed all they need. Impulse going to be clearing mid-town, going to be that Deagle. And that point of contact, I think he might have just got those first players. He'll tag down Impulse to open it up, falling on away. Dimkey pushing on it closer. He'll be flashed out of position. The support from IZAKO BOARS is there as he continues pushing on forward, knowing the players are low. He'll find that first. Trying to take down that second, running out of ammo, and Exus able to find him. And Sui from behind now, able to use this round to find the second player. He'll find Neogenesis is turning around, finding D as well. It's all on AVN.
Well, all you need is an M4.
Exactly, M4 positioning in this case. AVN now, that remaining player, 1 versus 4. He's going to hug that smoke, maybe ready for some aggression. Sui just holding firm. He's already found 2 in this round, looking for his third. And Sui finds AVN, finds his third, and finds IZAKO BOARS their 9th round, tying it up 9-9 against LVLup.
Yeah, this game is going back and forth the entire time, and now, of course, LVLup are probably going to be forcing. Maybe go for a fast play somewhere.
Absolutely.
Yeah. There the force up is.
Again, these hero buys will be a AK and armor on Dimkey. Sacrifice being Avid, of course, not able to buy up at all. I just have a bit of utility. Actually, it's just a late buy. My apologies. Being stacked up now towards a ramp, hoping to maybe explode off the back of some contact.
Maybe IZAKO BOARS in the pistol round have shown that they're rather impatient, so they're just waiting for IZAKO BOARS to peek ramp, walk out, get a kill, pick up that gun, and then force themselves on the site.
We actually see Exus in that position again. We saw how well that worked for Sui last round. We'll have to see if it works out, though. And I think that was his teammate shooting the lineup for Avid, so he knows where to aim for the pop flash in towards ramp. Yes, it was.
Well, that is back to the drawing board. You gotta practice some of them pop flashes.
Yes, and if Avid hits on the fly, that's good to hear. Exus spotted by Neogenesis, the flash comes on out. Sui forced to fall away before any further contacts made, and the push comes forward. LVLup getting complete control. The set piece lined up. The smokes and flashes about to fly. As the lineup's made. Wait, contact made as well as Dimkey. Gonna be trying to support Avid here. Avid's finding it behind though. The kill on Neogenesis. Finding his third of the round. Avis and Sui falling. It's all on Shane and Tao. Shane jumping up. Let's see what he can spot. MP7's rattling on away. He'll attack down some players. However, he'll be forced away off the back of some utility. And for IZAKO BOARS, what can he really do here? And they seem to have come to that conclusion as well. We see them just falling on away, looking to save.
Okay, so IZAKO BOARS is going to win the next round with the force buy, and then, you know, we're going to keep on going.
Yes, as we have a constant just 1-2 between these teams, so closely cut. For Vertigo especially, and of course both of them going to want to go into this with that one map advantage, bearing in mind that Inferno can go either way. So with a 50-50 being your last map, you're going to want that safety net of that first game just to get you to that 50-50 chance on Inferno. As that bomb goes off.
Yeah, going for the exact same position you completely won the round with last round was not the call to make. I mean, of course, you know, he has a SMG and he's playing close angles, but same thing for them. They walk around the corner, have a Deagle CZ in hand, and it's a tap to the chest and or a tap to the head, and you're dead.
Absolutely. Tao now actually aggressing on mid. He's going to hear that nade from LVLup. Dimkey going to be that point of contact. He'll be flashed out of position. He'll tap down what he can. And Tao, for the cost of about 25 HP, he's got complete mid control. Impulse now having to rotate away from their default. They have to retake it. Impulse actually falling. Dimkey able to trade though. As the push comes on forward, the flash pushing them out of position as well as Exus continues flanking on around towards mid.
Yeah, they're just going to be playing everyone hold the M4. Get a kill, lose a player, pick up the next one picks up the M4.
Absolutely, the Red Army-esque way of playing. As Dimkey now going to be ready for some aggression. Unfortunately, Sui, though, able to get the timing as he looks for that AK that just fell. Fortunately, Dimkey having chucked out the map, and Sui, a beautiful flank for him right now. If he can just get behind Dimkey at the right moment. Dimkey turning around, and he will spot him, and that must be harrowing for Sui. However, it has allowed X's with that M4 to rotate towards close crane. LVLup now lining up their execution. The point contact not quite made yet. As he actually forcing forward, he'll be found. Dimki able to trade his fallen teammates as Avon finds Avis. Okay, now last player remaining. AP7 in hand to tag down what he can. He'll fall to Dimki and LVLup. Find their 11th finally, stringing some rounds together and allowing them to get just a bit of momentum in this second half.
Yeah, that took long enough before finally someone took 2 rounds in a row. But let's see if IZAKO BOARS can do anything against it, because they definitely need to get some rounds right now. It's starting to be pretty tough with the added economy buff on LVLup side, especially because the Ts, of course, have to pay less for their entire kit as the CTs do.
LVLup now. Gonna be playing a bit of a default. They are gonna almost tag down Shane to get that one-man advantage almost instantly into this round. Tao gonna be naded out of position towards center site. He will be able to trade onto Impulse though. IZAKO BOARS taking that man advantage for the first time in what seems like all half. And he gets swift to trade, tearing his head clean off.
That was a really nice take.
Shots. As Avon now, he's going to be playing close as well. Shane unaware of his position. However, he is able to tag him down. 28 feet. That's all he needs. D though will tag him down as well. 3 vs 3 now. Avis able to get on towards the site just in time as the set piece comes on down. Unfortunately, that smoke may have failed.
But look at that. In the meantime, Axis is already flanking.
He's been able to get all the way behind. He's going to be ready to get those players on ramp before the plant even comes through. As Avis now wary of that center site, which is going to spot that first player, taking out the Genesis, spamming, trying to find a third. No tin goods to be found today. That Molly though, force out the plant will be delayed, and Exodus, that flank comes in beautifully. I say it comes in beautifully. He makes noise, he discourages them, and that's all he needs. He'll find D. Avis finds Dimki. And with that, IZAKO BOARS find their 10th as this game just gets even closer.
That's just pure mayhem right there. I mean, the flank was coming in slowly. The molly on the site, making sure that the bomb plant doesn't come through, and constantly just keeping LVLup from planting the bomb. So they always have to have one player at least distracted. Absolutely. And the other one was checking the flank every once in a while, but you can't always have your eyes on the flank when you're being pushed from the front.
Absolutely. Now we are going to see another timeout coming on through as a fairly late one as well, cutting it a bit close as LVLup going into a full buy against this retaliation from IZAKO BOARS. There won't be an AWP in either team's hands from the looks of it though, as them not wanting to commit, well, they physically can't commit to it. Economically, Avis is going to be that only player, and he still only has 4.5 and still needing to buy up as well. And Truman, if you're in the position of LVLup, how'd you close out the game?
Rush B.
Rush B, you think a fast play could actually work. We see how IZAKO BOARS, they play on B site especially. They play very close towards that close railing, wanting to take contact and falling back with the information. We saw Impulse do it perfectly with an AWP on that CT side. And LVLup, of course, if they're doing it, then they probably know how to punish it. But they do choose to go with a fast play. It will be towards ramp though. That set piece goes on out. The flashes following the push is so fast, isn't he? Jumping up onto that sandbag, Sui finding one. The spam comes through as well, attacking down more players. And IZAKO BOARS getting that one-man advantage before falling on away. And Exus finds Dimki. AVN able to trade though, as the utility usage from IZAKO BOARS buying even more time. It has allowed Dimki to come in through mid, but Tao going to be ready for him as he'll take him down. It now goes down to just AVN and Impulse against IZAKO BOARS. Impulse being that star player for LVLup. We'll have to see if he can show them or make his money as spam comes through. Not quite finding those players. Avis playing so close and with his position unknown. It's going to be so difficult to find him as well. Impulse now close sight. That nade's going to go off. He will be actually getting close though. He'll find Avis. That's that first kill. 2 vs 3 now. And LVLup able to get onto the site, doing a lot better than probably expected with the site control. Talent fighting Impulse. AVN, that last player. He'll be found by Sui, and IZAKO BOARS tie it up 11-11.
Oh, LVLup, they lost their entire economic advantage, but luckily they do have pistols still left to buy, and we know how amazing this map can be with the pistols multiple times.
Absolutely, and we see that especially on that ace site. Those pistols at close ranges can prove to be deadly, and we again don't see an AWP for IZAKO BOARS, so playing these close angles can prove to be to their detriment actually. It doesn't stop Shane. That flash goes on off. Push to follow. Dimki going on a bit to see if he can take some control of his own.
I really missed that window between mid and B. That was fun. All the small little things that you miss when the map changes.
Absolutely. Those are some great nades onto Impulse on ramp. Neogenesis trading onto Sui. Exus finding Neogenesis. Dimki in mid. What a shot onto Avis. 3v3 and Shane again playing aggro. He's going to spot that gun. The tap comes through and he's forced to hide. D now in a brilliant position. However, Tao able to take him down. Shane finding Avon as well. All on Dimki. Deagle in hand. 1 versus 3. He's going to be forced away from that molly as IZAKO BOARS go for that control.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty tough for Dimki, but all you need is 3 bullets in the dream.
Absolutely. And we'll have to see if he can hit them, though. We see him pushing up, center sight, and IZAKO BOARS playing so disciplined here, not fighting for anything. Taking that, rattling off that first shot. The swing comes forward. Shane will find him. And IZAKO BOARS for the first time, well, the second time this game, take the lead. In about 5 rounds since they've had that advantage. See if they can use it to their advantage, though. As we will finally see an AWP come out into the hands of Exus. LVLup on the other hand, going to be buying fully into this AKs and armor around the board.
I want to see more of the Impulse op on the T side.
That double AWP, well, that double AWP on the CT side worked very well for LVLup. We'll have to see if IZAKO BOARS capitalize on it as well. But because these teams have just been playing so, I guess, like grinding against each other constantly, neither have been able to build some from an economic standpoint, and which is why we're going to have yet to see this AWP usage on Impulse.
Axis peeking out wide, of course, always very risky with the op. You can easily get flashed off the angle.
I think he's probably worried about that's what's about to happen to him. It's actually a fairly ballsy peek behind that railing. Impulse. That flash might catch him off guard as well. As the lineup goes on, the flash goes out. It comes through. And Exus instantly dinked as he falls on away. He will be able to get away though. Probably the most important thing he can ask for right now. A minute left on the clock. And LVLup, no real control elsewhere on the map. They are really heavily invested in this A control. And Exus re-aggressing. He's going to spot that player towards sandbags before falling on away, not pushing any further. As he'll take down Neogenesis. The trade is there from Dimki as Nexus will plummet off of Vertigo. Dimki taking down what he can as well. Avis able to trade. Avis almost finding a second. AVN finding him though. Sui now going to be that remaining player, and his location completely unknown. That nade from Tao going to prove to be amazing for them. As Tao through the smoke as well finds AVN. Impulse now that lone player. He's going to find 2 to instantly open it up. Goes into a 1 versus 1. However, Sui in the smoke will take him down. IZAKO BOARS finding 13 now and starting to pull ahead. LVLup going to have a bit of issues now as their economy not looking very good at all.
That was an amazing attempt by Impulse. Did not know that the play was that close, but what I kind of... this was another situation. Exus on the op, you know, he just peeked that angle behind the fence or railing or whatever it is on DA site. And he got flashed off the angle, saw someone shoot at him, got dinked, and was lucky that he didn't die, falls back, and then re-peeks the area. But there's literally nowhere you can run the moment that 2 people peek you.
Absolutely.
The moment 2 of them appear, you're dead.
Absolutely. We're going to see LVLup actually committing to bit of mid control. That nade's going to be beautiful, though. A lot of damage done onto these LVLup players as they hope to find something with these deagles, but Tao, his utility usage has been perfect, and he's going to be ready to flash Avis for a repeat after that initial contact is made as well. Smoke goes down. Avis trying to body block it, and that's allowed him to get behind it by the looks of it. That molly will prevent the push, of the flash goes on out. The push comes through. Avis finding one. Tao finding one of his own. Sui finding another. And that's a complete shutdown from LVLup there. Or of LVLup there. There's IZAKO BOARS. A flash from Tao. Absolutely perfect.
Yeah, another round, another chance. Level up. This is, I mean, you don't want to face up against 4 map points. So they really have to make something happen. I really just want to see Impulse pick up that op. He looks so good on the CT side. He looks so comfortable, so bold, and not a single chance to get an op on that T side because of just fighting against the cash man the entire time.
Absolutely, and IZAKO BOARS now looking to kind of build more economy. Sui has actually been able to do a fairly good job of that on 5.4. Level up now, again, playing fairly passive in this default. The flash comes out, Exodus again on the railing, looking to push as he will be spotted. That nade's going to land right at their feet as well for falling on away.
Oh, he's going to do the D-strat.
Pushes up towards elbow, looking to see if he can find anything. Which nothing to be found, as LVLup again just being so passive. Their default wanting to get control. See, the execute will come on out now.
Oh, Axis, this is risky.
Again, Dimkey just so close to him. It must be agonizing. Exodus gonna leg him as he falls on away until he will be able to get away with his life actually, which is probably more than what he expected after just legging one of those players there. Spam through the wall as well, gonna torment him as he looks to run away. 20 seconds left now, and LVLup need to execute somewhere quickly. Exodus finding Necrogenesis, the push continuing to come through. Avid trading on Sui. As Exodus in that smoke, they're trying to spam him down, desperately trying to find him. 10 seconds left now from behind towers, where he found Exodus through the smoke. ABN's able to find him, the plant comes off, the molly forcing him away. But somehow, LVLup have been able to find some form of stability in this round as Shane and Avis now go into a 2 versus 4 retake. And it looks like IZAKO BOARS just want to save. We'll see them falling on away. And LVLup from the jaws of defeat there, able to find their number 12.
Yeah, that was a very interesting take, because I would have thought that IZAKO BOARS kind of had a site a little bit underrepresented. They only had 2 defenders there, and once the rifler was dead, it literally was all up on Axis to try and stop 4 men.
Absolutely.
I think they should have probably kept at least 3, because, you know, B retake is very doable. And they barely ever go B.
For sure, and not to take it away though, X is doing an admirable attempt to stay alive. Again, if he was able to get through that smoke and cancel the plant, that was IZAKO BOARS round. That was their 15. So even though unfortunately it didn't quite go in the way of IZAKO BOARS, it was a great chance for all them. And they tried their best to make the best of a bad situation. We're actually to see D AWP in hand, trying to get that initial peek. He is going to be boosted over. And Exodus now, we see him time and time again favoring this raiding push, as he might be able to spot that AWPer at the ready. That smoke fading. D going to be that point of contact. And we'll have to see, can either player just spot a sliver from the other. Looks like Exodus was spotted, however, he doesn't fall back. He holds firm and waits for that push to come on through. Flash goes on out, the push to follow, and now Exodus aggressive. He's going to spot that AWPer, legging D, hitting him down to just 15 HP before falling on away. As contact made and push to follow. However, D holding back, waiting for that re-aggression from Exodus. And LVLup now looking kind of scared of how IZAKO BOARS react to their pushes, waiting for the re-aggression to come on through. However, none to be found at the moment.
Yeah, this is they do have a pretty heavy A stack on IZAKO BOARS this time. 3-man ready, and they're right next to the ramp area as well.
Absolutely, and only 30 seconds left. Exodus, did he spot D there? He didn't react. Exodus, they have time out there. Sui able to trade, finding 2 very quick kills of his own. 20 seconds left now, and LVLup needs to commit fast. Shane finding 1, Shane finding 2, Shane finding 3, and that's IZAKO BOARS. hitting their 15th rounds and LVLup. I think one of the IZAKO BOARS players may have timed out. We do see a pause coming on through, and I think it's a free game from Shane. What a 3K! Able to get a beautiful position to find those remaining players. And the issue LVLup played there was that they're so scared of that re-aggression to come through from IZAKO BOARS that by the time the execute finally comes through, they've only got about 30 seconds left. And against IZAKO BOARS with semi-decent utility and with an aggressive position, it's going to be so difficult to get that site in a timely manner and get that bomb plant, which is what we saw there. LVLup having to cancel their push, turn around, head back towards that A site. And unfortunately, Shane was just in the perfect position to take him down.
They got really lucky there on X's, but well, not, it's of course aim skill and everything, but the fact that X's DC'd and luckily they could still hold the A push.
Yes, I imagine that would have been just harrowing for IZAKO BOARS if that's how they lose rounds, well, 27 at the time.
But perfect positioning at B, pretty much an angle that you have to clear every single time. As we saw, I think that's the second time that we see at least 2 kills happening on that angle. Those are the small little peaks that you need to keep your eyes on, especially if you're pushing with 3 men and you're all looking the same direction.
Absolutely, we are going to see IZAKO BOARS and LVLup, both teams. BOARS against us. We're going to see the AWP again in the hands of D, and he spot that AWP as he swings on close. The duel between Exus and D proving to be wild. D though finding Tao, not the player he was expecting, but a player nonetheless. As IZAKO BOARS look for this ramp control. Smoke will go down them. Follow. He will find AVN a second. That Molly going to buy him a bit more time as well. However, Necrogenesis will find him in the smoke. Exus falling, and now the push and the explosion to come on through. D picking up the AWP of Exus. Avis going to be that only player, as it's a very fast push from LVLup. I think they may expect there to just be a rotation rather than it being Avis. He will take down that first player now. 2 versus 2. But LVLup will stay in this game. Avis ready for that push to come on through that Molly. Find out the push will come through. Dimkey taking him down. Falling's just 1 HP as Shane. 1 versus 2. These players so low. They'll find that first player taking him down. 1 versus 1 now. Dimkey on 1 HP. As Shane ready for that push to come on through.
1 bullet from both players. A headshot for Dimkey needed, and Shane needs 1 tap to the body. Even the left pinky toe is enough.
Push on forward. The tap will come on through, and Shane, this is a perfect position for him. Tap goes through, the plant goes on out. Both players just shifting away from each other. The push comes through. Shane will find it, winning the 1 versus 2, and allowing IZAKO BOARS take out the first map. 16 to 12. As they find Vertigo going into a 1 map advantage against LVLup.
Yeah, that Molly in the end completely burned the last 2 Ts to a crisp.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, well, now it's all down to LVLup. Can they take Nuke against IZAKO BOARS?
Yeah, it's going to be a toughie because, I mean, both of them have had a pretty good showing, especially on the CT sides, you know, after LVLup recovered, and IZAKO BOARS in general, like those last couple of rounds, good aggressive plays coming through. The last one didn't really pay off as much as they would have liked, of course. The ramp rush, they lost a couple too many players, but luckily they were able to recover.
Absolutely, and again for LVLup, they were able to get a recovery for the start of that T side. The issue they had though was when IZAKO BOARS were able to start punching back, when they were able to start getting this ramp control off of them and start pushing back, LVLup were too scared to re-aggress, and so by the time they finally got, for instance, ramp control or A site control, they only had about 10 seconds left or so, and when the execute comes out, they only have 30, and when you've got IZAKO BOARS, a well-drilled team with utility, with the retake smokes lined up, it's going to be an easy retake for them. And of course, with the economy for LVLup, unfortunately suffering for most of that game, of course, with the to and fro, but neither team could really capitalize off those AWPs. And unfortunately for LVLup, that's kind of what they were relying on that CT side. That double AWP setup carried them through many, many rounds. And IZAKO BOARS not allowing them to get, I guess, centered on that second half really allowed them to just get on ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it was insane how close this game was.
Absolutely.
Like, a couple of these rounds could have easily gone either way. It's just IZAKO BOARS, they played the utility game better. They had so
Yeah,
many
for
times
sure.
where LVLup was completely they were just flashed off. Like for instance, Impulse. There were some peaks where their best player for so far we've seen just completely blinded, had nothing he could do, and just got cleaned up.
Yes, for sure. And we saw IZAKO BOARS, especially with that retake utility. Again, that flash on mid. We saw on an eco level up, getting mid control, which is the only control they had. Of course, they wanted to explode onto maybe B, A, or just push somewhere from that map. Fortunately, unable to take it.
Yep, and well, I'm very curious on map number 2 because I did expect 3 maps, and you said, I think you said IZAKO BOARS map 1, LVLup map 2, and IZAKO BOARS map 3 again.
For sure, for sure. Of course, we're going to be going to Nuke next, a map that we have seen played before between LVLup and IZAKO BOARS. This favoured fairly heavily in LVLup's favour. Last time they played, they won it 16-5. So we will have to see if there's a sort of a case where we had with Inferno, where LVLup in that same best of 3 won Inferno 16-4, only for IZAKO BOARS to come back and win it 16-11, having made a complete U-turn of how they were playing. I have to see if that's the same case for Nuke. Don't go anywhere, and we should be back fairly shortly.
Nice shot. Lock and load. Wow, very good. Let me show you how it is done. Yeah, no. Damn! That was one of the best tickle fights I've been to.
Hello again, thank you for joining us for map 2 as we're about to go live into Nuke as IZAKO BOARS try to extend their lead and take it 2-0 versus LVLup. LVLup on the other hand wanting to claw their way back into this and take Nuke before going on to map 3 being Inferno. Bearing in mind, the last time these teams played in the best of 3, it was the exact same maps, however it was Vertigo Inferno, Nuke being the last map. And with Nuke being the last map, LVLup won it 16-5. Bearing in mind they had the precursing map leading 16-4. So we'll have to see just how IZAKO BOARS are able to respond to this. We've seen that historically IZAKO BOARS are stronger, but with such a skewered difference, especially with that way that IZAKO BOARS have been able to come back on Inferno, we haven't seen how they've been able to do it on Nuke. This will be the second time we've seen them play against each other since that 16-5 win to LVLup. So whether or not IZAKO BOARS have put in the work to improve their Nuke they allowed it to stay in the veto, so we assume that they've become a lot better at it. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yes, exactly. Welcome back from the break, from the commercials, from the lovely sponsors for the tournament, of course. I can't wait for map number 2. This is one of the most interesting maps in my eye because most teams, I love the long range fights with the ops outside and such, but most teams tend to be a lot stronger on the CT side, and especially with these two teams where they have both shown us on Vertigo that their CT side does look a little bit better than their T side. I do get very curious on what their T side strats will be. Of course, CT has a couple ideas, the ramp rush, the aggressive in blue, but I want to see those outside smoke strats on the T side. That's always what I like the most about the map. Outside smoke strats or the A rush.
Absolutely, and we kind of see just how IZAKO BOARS' play style, where they constantly take these close range duels, they're constantly fighting towards ramp on Vertigo, taking this pushes towards B, again, just getting close up and in your face, which is something they can't really do on Nuke, whereas they can push lobby, maybe they can hit some crunches in time, maybe hit some hell flanks or something similar to that. Unfortunately, though, they're going to have to neglect outside in order to do that. And we see teams that really neglect outside don't normally bear too well. That's normally why Astralis do so well to name a good Nuke team, is because they're able to capitalize that range with outside. They're able to use it to its full effect, able to get backgrounds in towards A on a flank, able to get into secret towards B. And, that whole outside area isn't Nuke isn't the area where you can just write off part of the map if you can play to your strengths, because no matter how good you are at certain areas, you're not going to be able to just make up for that.
And with that, we're going to have ourselves the knife round to start the game off with. Who actually won the last knife round? I kind of forgot.
It was IZAKO. No, it was LVLup. They started on that CT side. We saw that double up from Impulse and D. So we'll have to see just how they fare here. Slashes and swipes going either way, and LVLup in a fairly good position. However, IZAKO BOARS come back. 3 quick kills. Towel finding 2 of his own. As IZAKO BOARS opting to start on that CT side.
Welcome back, everyone, for game number 2. We're pretty much gonna start. Hope you enjoy the cast. I'm one of the casters today, DK Truman, and the other one is my boy Kramer.
And I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day as we go live in towards the pistol round. That's going to be a fairly util heavy buy from LVLup. We see smokes, 1 smoke, 2 mollies, 2 flashes. We see this very common in A takes with that first molly landing on top of hut, that second molly preventing any flanks come through from heaven used in an after plant. And IZAKO BOARS, on the other hand, will just be a nade and kit. We see teams historically, though, only kind of opting for 5 armor. So IZAKO BOARS opting to get that kit, fairly common buys coming out for them.
But choosing to go for the HE nade instead of the smoke, well, you're up against 2 molly, so that is kind of dangerous. They can easily cut you off when you try to go for the bomb defuse.
And Exodus actually aggressing in towards lobby. He's going to find 2 instantly. AVN able to trade. That push comes out. Harris can be that point. He'll take down AVN. Impulse able to trade. Well, Impulse pretty much the star player for LVLup on Vertigo. We'll have to see just what he can do on Nuke as LVLup goes for 2 versus 3. Tao from behind finding Impulse. It's all on. He's going to aggress in towards Hut. He'll find Tao. 1 versus 2. Sui's able to take him down. And IZAKO BOARS find the pistol round.
Of course, we're gonna see most likely force sub, or are they actually gonna go for the eco?
Wouldn't surprise me if we see an eco. No bomb plant made. They can't really justify AKs and armor bought from both teams. Oh, well, AKs drops to the players with armor. That can't even happen either. We saw that hero buy was actually fairly common on Vertigo and paid off for the most part. And we're not going to see it at all. It will just be nades looking to catch some poor player off towards Hut, maybe. So as nades go down, Sui back in way just in time. Though push comes forward towards Ramp. How going to be that point contact? He'll find two. Avis there to support him, finding two of his own. And finding a third, actually. He has. With that quick cleanup, IZAKO BOARS find their second. 2-0 now. They lead against LVLup.
Well, AK's aplenty on the side of LVLup. Utility a little bit lackluster because of course, those HG grenades that they threw. And the IZAKO BOARS, well, they do actually have the weapon advantage on LVLup. They've got one AUG and a FAMAS for their only rifles. So the long-range fights should favor LVLup. And a map like Nuke is very long-ranged.
Absolutely, and doing that smoke going to allow him to get very fast ramp control for IZAKO BOARS. As he looks to maybe go from Secret, negating the outside control that LVLup have been able to take. They've been pretty quiet about it though. That flash allowing them to push up towards Hell.
Are they going to smoke outside or are they just going to dry peek it? Okay.
There we go. We see that smoke at long last going down towards Mini. Nexus going to be that point of contact. Hugging those stairs with that AUG. He'll be flashed out. It's a great flash actually. As LVLup looking for that flank towards Hell. Nexus finding D, dropping that bomb. Fortunately, he might not know how close LVLup players could potentially be. So they continue that push on out. Remember, Sui going to be hugging close towards that doorway as well. And with that, Exus falling in locker room. LVLup now. Again, going to be the point of contact. How re-aggressing. Necro, now able to find him. He's wary of Dinky being close to him as well. He'll push on through, make a bit of noise, however, before falling back. He's going to hear that player making... Oh, he's in locker room. Impulse remaining on top of Mini. Not quite dropping down just yet. He will finally. Sui going to be that player. The issue from Secret, though. Avis able to find Impulse. 2 versus 4 now for LVLup. And with 25 seconds left, they need to move quick.
A lot of very sneaky flank peeks from IZAKO BOARS.
Absolutely. Shane's fires out and Dimki able to trade for Sui. He was laying in wait by that vent all round. Eventually, though, it pays off. He'll find Dimki. He'll pick up that AK. IZAKO BOARS lead 3-0.
They have some amazing positioning on that CT side from IZAKO BOARS. Like
Absolutely.
every single time, LVLup did not expect them to peek in that angle. The second player coming in locker room. I mean, I wouldn't expect the second one to peek there, especially not with the SMG. The flank from Secret, and then the two-man A site hold, completely letting that push actually be open.
For sure, LVLup now. Just going to be on pistols. Exus finding Necrogenesis to open it up. Impulse able to trade though. A great little shot with that deagle onto Sui. Bear in mind that any even trade is an advantage for LVLup. They are just going for economic damage here. Like realistically, they probably won't find the round, so any form of pressure they could put on IZAKO BOARS is going to be an advantage for them. Dimki actually getting out from her onto the center side. She's going to attempt to jag down Shane. However, unfortunately, he's unable to find him. Maybe unable to find him though. I think it goes to just Impulse. He'll pick up that MP9. Gets Secret, pulls it away. He will be spotted. However, he gets away with his life though. Bit of an advantage for him. Taking down Exus as best as he can. He will find him eventually, but at the cost of his life.
Luckily, IZAKO BOARS do have a nice little bank stored up, but he did get 3 kills, Impulse, and all he had was, well, he killed him with a molly and a deagle.
And we see that the rewards from that being reaped now as he's able to go into a full investment with still about 2k left in the back burner. So assuming if they win this round, he's going to be able to potentially upgrade to an AWP. If they lose, he's still going to have the potential to just buy up again. As LVLup again. It's this kind of 2D fold, 1 upper and 2 outside. And it's proving to be kind of passive. We're going to see Axis actually just taking aggression towards trophy room. He whipped the shot on Avon.
That's a close angle you don't expect.
Absolutely. And with that, the execute comes out. LVLup able to get complete outside control. The spam through the smoke, allowing Impulse to find Avis, spotting his foot. As LVLup now, 2-man advantage on this Byron. We see Necrogenesis just aggressing even further, not wanting to give IZAKO BOARS even an inch of space. As Tau now, little does he know, is actually going to be the result of a flank if the push continues coming on through. It looks like it has slowed down though. Ramp control is something to be taken. Avan fighting Tau as well, it's second of the rounds. 10 HP remaining though. Dewey coming in through Mini, hoping to find just one player. As we'll spot that player towards CT. Necrogenesis, unaware of the flank. He'll be found. Unfortunately, that might be all IZAKO BOARS find. 40 seconds left now. LVLup coming towards Ramp. Actually, Stewie turning around, finding D. Well, finding Avan as D2. Trade impulse invents will find Shane. And LVLup find their first round.
And of course, Impulse is waiting in vents for the his opponent to crawl down. 6-4. He's starting off with a bang again, trying to take his team by the hand.
Doing so well, especially we saw on Vertigo. Just the way he can set the tempo for the game perfectly, and we see that again. Let's LVLup. Even after getting outside control, they leave that player go down towards the vents before re-aggressing in ramp, making sure that the supporting flank is there more than actually just brute forcing the site. Do we see outside smokes lined up again? Wary of the push though. IZAKO BOARS faking some control though. As jump sort from Impulse will be all the information that LVLup need.
As you can see, because of that round where Impulse went nuts with that Deagle, they actually have Sane on a Deagle himself and barely any utility left on IZAKO BOARS, just from the economic damage that they dealt.
Absolutely, and Subby's looking to fly now. As IZAKO BOARS, the only real response they have to this is getting into close angles on lobby, hoping to catch the ramp push coming on out. However, LVLup committed fairly heavily towards this outside take. As that piece goes out, the smokes go flying. That's a beautiful smoke towards the side of blue, preventing Exus, completely shutting him out of position there.
They're taking their sweet time though with the push, so the smokes might start dissipating soon if they're not careful.
Absolutely, it has actually allowed them to go for this A flank. Exus finding Impulse, Shane finding Dimkey with that Deagle, and Exus finding Avan as well. This A push going absolutely wrong. Avis finding Necrogenesis. It's all on D. PT50 in hand, he will find Exus. A little opening for him. Open hand as well, it'll take down Tau. And it's looking just a bit better for him, however. He's still at a man disadvantage. He doesn't have the HP, well, he almost has the HP for this, he doesn't have the utility. And with 13 seconds left now, his hope slowly fades. He looks to just cling on to that AWP.
Yeah, they got a complete execute in their mind, but they just, the moment that they peek into the enemies, they were just ready for the peek, and they shut them down completely. They were actually pushed in further than they initially expected.
Absolutely.
And if you lose the aim duels, the entire setup doesn't matter. But I mean, I get what the plan was. They wanted to drop smoke so that they can get in front of the smokes, and then the second wave of smokes was just to cut out, you know, the push from the flank, and then once the first smokes dissipate, you can walk through.
Absolutely, they timed it to the T as well. Able to get that player just towards me, just as that smoke fails. However, that A site from IZAKO BOARS will actually cancel that. We're going to see Sui instantly finding D as the aggression comes through from outside as well, and IZAKO BOARS upping the tempo now as they continue pushing towards lobby, and with Exus taking such control towards outside, he spotted there's almost no one there. He's able to fall into secret with a relative amount of ease, knowing that it's going to be a while before LVLup can even begin to threaten him. Bow and Ramp just going to spam, hoping to find someone. Well, needs to catch side of someone off guard. As LVLup backing away from lobby, looking to maybe regain control of outside, and this is where Exus's play has been perfect. He showed a little bit of presence, he got control, got information, then just fell all the way back down towards secret. As LVLup now gonna have to expend a lot of utility for this take.
Yeah, it feels a little bit like LVLup is kind of lost in their game plan.
For sure, as doing now again, close to vent. Exus will find Neogenesis, and that's that push from secret being so effective. He's going to pop up again, maybe finding a second actually. Dimkey though, tearing his head clean up. Avan aggressing in ramp, Avis able to find him. Tau finding Impulse to trade, or to prevent the trade. As it's all on Dimkey now, 1 versus 4.
Bomb dropped. Nothing he can do. Round
On
is
the wrong
over.
side of the map, and exactly. IZAKO BOARS playing a stellar CT side of Nuke.
Yeah, their spread is. I mean, it feels a little bit like they're trying to play in that round at least. They played a default. Well, that one failed, and then they tried to push a default, like everyone spread out and tried to push an angle and see if that works. Well, if the CTs are completely ready, then you will most of the time just walk into a dry peak and get your head blown off.
Absolutely, and again now, LVLup, looking to force into this would just be a CZ on Impulse. So many players do have a fair amount of utility, but off the back of that CZ, it wouldn't surprise me if we see a fairly fast play here. We see that fast, I believe there's a fast outside smoke lined up from AVN. As the set piece goes on out, Impulse now jumping up, looking to help that A execute come on forward. Dimkey to open that door, smoke will go out, and Suey, he's been so effective on this A site, as that util allowing them to just get control. Suey on top of Huts. And the entirety of LVLup just having to go quiet. They've expended a fair bit of their utility. They do still have enough for another execute. As they cancel that, push back towards ramp, just in time as well as Tau goes on below. It will just be all on Exus. But that first player taking down AVN. That nade goes flying, that Molly to follow it up. Buying him a bit of time, he'll find the Exus as well. Open hand out of Dimkey, able to turn it around and take him down. Tau now going to be that point of contact. Back sight, he'll take down Dimkey. Tagging down Impulse as well, that flash. Will allow him just to continue swing, continue fighting. Swing by finding Impulse. Swing further, D able to find him, but he'll fall down to 10 HP. And that was beautiful from Tau, buying so much time for his team as well. As we're going to see single door open, Amis from behind fighting D. And IZAKO BOARS 7-1 now as they just categorically shut down LVLup here.
Tau was literally just toying with his food. He was just playing around, just jiggle peek, jiggle peek, jiggle peek. Oh, you can't catch me, bro. You can't catch me.
Exactly. And just no response from LVLup at all. They can't continue pressuring him, so he'll just swing and kill them. So they have to just wait and take that Angel. They didn't have the utility to force him out of position either. So that had all been expended. And on something of utility, there isn't much for LVLup. They are set up for a fast 8 AD. Barreling down towards single vent. He won't be able to drop though. That max 10 in hand, Suey going to be that point of contact. He'll finally be able to drop as he looks to accelerate away. So he's going to hit all of this. He's wary of that push coming in from behind. As that re-swing towards single door, going to prevent any further push. That nades and flash going to go out. Suey backing down what he can. That flash going to allow him to get out of position. Shane going to be there to help him. However, Suey falling instantly. Shane going to fall after only finding one. Necro doing a great job picking up that AK. And LVLup finally have a sight going in their favor. Avis coming in through mini, going to be that point of contact. There are 3 players towards center site right now. That's going to prove to be to LVLup's detriment. As that Molly is going to do a fair bit of damage, forcing some players out of position. Boost coming forward, Impulse going to be taken down by Avis. As Necrogenesis finding Tau. 3 versus 2 now for LVLup to hold on to this site. And Molly going to force Necrogenesis away. He'll be found instantly by Exus. Now coming in from up, seeing what he can find. Scopes out. The bomb ticks away. Avis finding D. It's all on AVN now. He'll look to try and get away. Act 10 in hand. Actually looking to pressure down that AWP. He will. And LVLup. I find their second.
That was actually the one player that dropped down vent. Was actually a perfect move. Like they got so distracted. They pulled the player away from A because, of course, the ramp player could get flanked, so he had to keep an eye on his flank, and the Heaven player moved towards ramp himself, and then all of a sudden there was only one man standing on A, and they just completely just rushed him down. Well, 2 people on A, but one was flashed off in the cubby at second vent, and the other one on site was just well, eventually you get swarmed by too many players unless you get the perfect utility, which LVLup, they did flash each other, they did flash the enemies, everyone was flashed, but eventually they did win the aim duels.
Absolutely, and that proved to be perfect in their favor. LVLup, even though they just didn't have the guns to fight this, they did such a good job at swarming, especially that player on single vents. And we saw, I think it was Suey, he just wanted to chuck that flash and potentially just, buy time. But LVLup just didn't do that. That was the exact opposite of what we saw when Impulse was toying with them by Reactor. He just like wiggled, took fire, and because they weren't pushing him, he was able to just continuing taking these just little bites, stabbing them down. Now this time they just swarm the site, getting the kills and allowing them to just hold on to that retake.
I do have to say there's some nice little strats from LVLup still. Bottle, I really do like the drop down. I mean, he rushed up the vent again as well, right as the fight started, joining his team. So it was all just a bait to try and spread the players around.
Absolutely, and we're gonna see a shotgun in the hands of Shane. Aven fighting too as they aggress in ramp. A great spray down onto Tau and Exus. And with that, LVLup gonna go at a 2-man advantage almost instantly. Avis gonna be the third person to push ramp, and it looks like Avian isn't aware of this. Of course, who would expect a third player? Like you said, clean off before falling on back. Impulse has actually been able to get towards heaven. This could allow LVLup to come up from vents as well. As Impulse going up towards heaven. Sui in lobby though. Doing a good job buying time.
This is a nice ring around the rosy. No one knows where the CTs are, and the CTs don't know where the Ts are, so they're all playing run around the site.
There we go, the execution comes out. LVLup committing to this A push. Sui holding the smoke. Shane instantly falling. Necrogenesis taking down that auto shotgun, not doing very good at range. Has Shui now gonna have to go huge here. Molly's landing around him. The open hand just wiggling where he can, just potentially trying to find some form of contact. Shui is going to spot D. He's going to ring off a shot, giving his position away. He looks to fall on away. That flash will go out. D now scoped in, ready for that peak to come on forward. And with that, IZAKO BOARS looking to fall on away. LVLup, finding 2 consecutive rounds. And hoping to find more. As we look at the economy of IZAKO BOARS, and they really didn't fare too well. Bear in mind that they'd won almost 6 rounds in a row.
Yeah, and now losing another one. Last man's hiding in the T-spawn. He will at least keep his M4, but the rest of the team is completely broke, except for Avis, who might drop a couple of pistols, unless they want to keep his money in check so they can buy an op the next round. I honestly do think that on a map like Nuke, you're gonna need an op.
For sure, for sure. And we haven't really seen ops used at all. Well, I say that, D gonna be using it a fair bit. I refer to ops on the CT side. And it's going to be quite difficult as they are just going to be holding on to pistols. It's going to be a taser in the hand of Tau as he looks to aggress towards her. Maybe catching some poor player off guard. Sui in mid, waiting for that swing from Impulse. The only real gun in the hands of IZAKO BOARS is going to be playing a very aggressive angle. Holds firm on red. Shane baiting for him, trying to draw some attention away as D bringing up the shot towards him. Sui turning fire onto Necrogenesis before bringing out a shot. D though, a great trade onto Shui. And it has allowed Shane to push forward and pick up that M4. He's going to swing on forward himself. He'll attack down D before falling on away. As he looks to get away, actually, he might be able to get down to a secret. Instead, he holds behind the flames. AVN finding Tau on the other side of the map. Push comes forward. Impulse finding Shane.
And Avis getting mollied out as well, dropping almost down. Exus. Nice catch onto D. They should try and keep at least that op alive on the LVLup side.
The timing's almost there, Howard Dimke. Ruthless as he tears ahead. Clean off of Avis.
Yeah, a little bit more luck that he checks it right before it peeks the other way. And then you could possibly get the bomb planter.
For
But
sure, now
IZAKO BOARS at least has the op because they did save the money on Avis. He drops it to Exus and we're going to have an op v op match.
I was about to say, we're going to finally see that orb come into the hands of IZAKO BOARS. Let's see just what they can get done with it. We'll see Exus. Going to be that Lone Ranger. Going to be holding it towards Garage, looking to try and find that silo player. D going to be that point of contact, nade in hands, maybe trying to catch. It looks like a nade towards heaven, actually.
Maybe a nade stack? Oh, wait. That's a...
Taking out the vent to allow the smoke to go on through. As the A-push looking to come on out, allowing the push from AVN to go on wide. He'll find Sui instantly. Exus trading onto Nimki. Impulse finding Exus. And AVN finding Shane, and that's a great execution from IZAKO BOARS there. What level up did they use that outside push as a bit of a bait to get control and allow the flank to come on through after the point of contact has already been made through Mini and Main. The finding tower, it's all on Avis now. He's modded out of position, he's just got to fall on away. And LVLup, a beautiful strat from them, just instantly pulling IZAKO BOARS away. Shui doing a great job as well to get that initial pick. Bear in mind, IZAKO BOARS already have 3 players on that ace site.
And just like that, LVLup are trying to even out the score. You said that they were the better team on this map in their previous engagement. And we all know that this is a rather heavy CT-sided map with LVLup now up to most likely going to be 5 rounds soon enough. It's looking pretty good for them.
Now it's actually doing a good job to find that orb, but it looks like LVLup wants to pressure him down, not wanting him to save it.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a tunnel vision there.
For sure. And now that LVLup are starting to gain momentum, bear in mind, IZAKO BOARS really want to win this half. Bear in mind, it's not as CT favored as it used to be, but there is still that factor where on that CT side, you're letting them come to you. You've got that almost home turf advantage, which you don't normally see on other maps. Bear in mind the amount of angles you have to clear on Nuke. Now it's LVLup now. Going to be going against the full eco of the IZAKO BOARS. Will be the odd Seagull here and there, but not much else to their name as LVLup looking for 6.
But these are some of those pistol rounds that we all know and love, where the Deagle headshot randomly can turn the tide.
We saw, I believe it was Shane on Vertigo, just spamming that Deagle, able to find a collateral, which secured, I think it was round 3 or 4. For IZAKO BOARS, and we could see a repeat of that here. Shui gonna make contacts as well. He's gonna hear those players pushing down towards heaven on outside. Tau gonna exchange places with Dimki as he pushes in towards upper. Fortunately, timing isn't there. Impulse finds Tau, AVN finds Exus. Necro takes down Shane, will be on order, and they still find one. Fortunately, it's a bit messy as Dimki able to take him down. Shui finding Necro. As the tap goes through a D, looking to knife him, he'll knife him, taking down Shui. And this is the LVLup now, showing some massive confidence.
A little BM knife, because you even saw him walking up to him like, I'm gonna get them. You're mine.
Absolutely. And as LVLup start, finding their confidence, they've got the economy, they've got the momentum to really start fighting to win the half, which is something that a couple of rounds ago would have just seemed improbable.
Yeah, this is looking like a super good run from LVLup. Can they finish up with the last 2 rounds though? IZAKO BOARS, I mean, LVLup are going to be able to buy the next round anyway, but IZAKO BOARS, if they get completely wiped out, they'll have a lackluster buy again.
You'll see the A-take coming through from LVLup now, the push forward. Avis finding 2 actually, while full blinds. D finding Avis to trade, Shane finding Avan. And Shane finding D as well. It's all on impulse, and IZAKO BOARS doing a great job to shut down that push. Impulse going to take a fair bit of damage. He'll swing into 3 players at different elevations. And IZAKO BOARS find that 8th, at least securing them that half, but it's how comfortably can they do it. So as we go to the last round of the half, both teams forcing up completely. D going to have that orb against Nexus, also holding on to one firmly.
I think in that round, the blue pusher came out too slow. He was probably setting up maybe some of the utility that they were throwing, but they definitely did need him to push faster, because the player that played the second vents completely had free roam there. He did even get blinded through it all, but he just left mouse button down, hold the spray button, and clean him up.
Actually going to find Avis fighting Dimki as well. A hole in the smoke to be found. Exus finding Necro as well as he pushes on forward, and IZAKO BOARS be a little more comfortable as they close out the, as they look to close out the half. Impulse finds Avis, making IZAKO BOARS work for it a little bit though, as Exus start aggressing in secret, knowing that it will probably be an A-take coming forward.
Yeah, this is I mean, that's a little bit of a whiff smoke. It happens all the time, but just that little gap that needs to be closed, that completely makes it tough for you to push forward. I mean, that's just one of the things that you need to keep an eye on, especially if you're playing the counter-smug. Nice headshot from D. Only sees the skull.
Goes into a 3 versus 3 now. Tao and Shane. Well, Tao and Shane and Shui actually holding on firmly to the safe side. LVLup could be walking into a stack without knowing it. There's 35
Especially
seconds left
the
now.
location of the stack.
For sure. Impulse making it known that he's in heaven rather than trying to sneak forward. Sui going to be mollied out of position. He'll find AVM before he falls though. Sui finding Impulse as well. Shane finding D. And IZAKO BOARS make it 9-6.
Great half. They did recover right in the end, but as we did say, LVLup, it's slightly CT-sided. It's not as bad as it used to be, but still reasonably CT-sided. LVLup, they're definitely going to need to have the pistol, otherwise you're looking most likely at a, 12 to 9, 12 to 6 round, and then recovering is even tough on the CT side of this map.
Absolutely. And so for LVLup, this pistol round is going to be pivotal for them. If they can't get this, it's going to allow IZAKO BOARS to hit 10, and when they've got that momentum, it looks dangerously close to going to map 3.
I do hope that eventually each LVLup are going to pick up the duo op setup, because D is the opper, but I really loved Impulse's op on Vertigo so much. Please pick up the op, bro.
And LVLup, he doesn't really shy away from double op setup, but our focus now being on that pistol round. Going to be 3 flashes, a similar buy for IZAKO BOARS as they go for that smoke and flash setup. However, this time it's completely different. It's going to be IZAKO BOARS towards ramp. Necrogenesis responding by aggressing closer. Going to find XSD, finding Shui as well. LVLup, this pistol round going perfectly for them. One man advantage as Avis finds AVN, getting that B site control. But what LVLup did is something we see quite commonly. It's a full armor buy. Avis finding 2 more actually onto Impulse and Necrogenesis. 2 versus 3 now.
IZAKO BOARS with a quick fake of A and then rushing towards ramp room.
Avis seeing what he can find. Dimki and Avis. Well, Dimki finding Avis. Dimki and D though. D finding Tower. This retake's looking beautiful for LVLup. Shane gonna be that remaining player. He'll find one. Almost finding a second. Almost tagging him down, but Dimki winning the 1 versus 1. Able to get that defuse in time as well. And this is what I was saying. LVLup, or doing a fairly common CT pistol round, which is where they go full armor, without a kit, without any form of utility, and they just look to take aim duels and then just brute force the retake, which is what we saw there. And it paid off for them perfectly. And, that's allowed them to get that pistol round. Granted, it was kind of a bit fine, but they were equipped for that retake. They had the armor, and they had the momentum to just take these duels.
And as you can see, IZAKO BOARS, they're going to be playing with 2 AKs, a Galil, a Scout, and 1 Deagle. Tao, of course, running without armor because he dropped his homie. That bomb plant gives them the opportunity to take this fight with pretty much equal weaponry.
Absolutely. And we're actually going to see IZAKO BOARS falling it. HP fairly quickly. Exus being attacked by Impulse to open it up, falling down to just 4 HP. Dimki and D. D find that first player in Hutch. Shane able to trade though as Dimki unable to find him actually. Impulse though raining death from above in heaven, finding 2 of his own. Scout continuing to ring out. Exus gonna be ready for him. Tower dropping into vents, finding Necrogenesis. Pick up that FAMAS as well, and he will. Avin from behind though, finding Nexus. It's all on Tau. 1 versus 2. As he does have that bomb. Yep. As he looks to come up fence, AVN gonna spot as AVN tearing his head clean off. And
that was a weird move.
AK being retrieved.
Your teammate just got shot right above vent, and then just climbing up vent. Seems like a very dangerous strategy where they can shoot you because, of course, they see your head pop up, but you can't shoot at them back because, well, ladders.
And again, I think he's hoping that LVLup was rotate away a bit too quickly. Fortunately, they didn't, and being able to save 2 AKs has meant they're able to play, even though their money isn't too good, they're able to play a fairly heavy bonus going into this. IZAKO BOARS Going to be on a bit of an eco, a little bit utility to maybe justify and execute somewhere, but not much at all. The flashes go off towards ramp, the push to follow. Again, going to be that point of contact. This is to spot that player before falling on the way. Take down Abyss. Impulse there to trade. Impulse fighting two of his own. Sui's able to find him. Sui, a great 1D onto Avin there. And the remaining two players now instantly being armored up by those dropped guns.
Well, 2 versus 3, it is definitely possible, but they are completely being boxed in right now in the ramp room.
Dimki waiting patiently in ramp. Necrogenesis rotating around to help him. The only real outs that IZAKO BOARS have is Heaven, and luckily they've committed to it just in time. Exus just getting around the corner as Dimki pushes out towards ramp.
Oh, that's a 3-man push right behind them. The slowest chase I've ever seen.
Neither of them know they're chasing as well. It's like a game of cat and mouse, except the cat's blind. As
And the mouse as well.
Yeah, exactly. Necrogenesis, fairly wary that they could be coming around towards A. He's going to be holding close towards Hut. And D as well, pushing in further. Necrogenesis is going to be accompanied by Dimki. The push comes forward. Should we find a Necrogenesis? Dimki able to trade. It's all on Nexus now. AK in hand. He's going to drop down in towards the vents. 10 seconds left now. He needs to move quick. However, he's been able to get away. He's going to be able to get that plant, and that's just what IZAKO BOARS needed. Plant that comes through. He's going to hear that vent player behind him. He's going to be at the ready to fight him. Taking out what he can. That player coming from main. Swing comes through. Dimki taking down Nexus. He'll be tagged for his worries. He'll be tagged for his efforts.
Yeah, he had no armor, so the aim punch came set in and he got completely obliterated.
Absolutely. LVLup now, tying up 9-9 and cutting that 3-round advantage that IZAKO BOARS had in half. We're going to go to that second full buy of the game now.
Yeah, they can pick up and they're not going to go for an opti. Okay, SG553 after the nerf. Someone still feels it.
It's going to be quite interesting. I expect to see Abyss using this towards Silo, maybe using it to hold secrets, maybe pushing down towards Garage. However, it looks like IZAKO BOARS just wanted to go for a very heavy outside push at LVLup. Gonna be ready for this. Actually, maybe not. They were quite quiet and Impulse. I don't quite think he understands how lucky he is to get away from that D. Almost aggressing into towards Secret, but again, both teams just wary of that push. Impulse now. Gonna see that smoke land around him as the wrap coming through from IZAKO BOARS. Nexus shifting close to that smoke, maybe looking to go through it.
They've got outside control completely, but the problem is they have one player on Silo, and that's the only one that can possibly hold the flanks. So if LVLup would be getting aggressive at this point, you would be completely open to a smackdown, you know, secret push, which I think is going on right now. Or an outside flank.
Under Heaven, Abyss actually taking him down. Push from Secret comes forward, Impulse finding Tau, and LVLup now, looking to just take lobby control, re-aggressing elsewhere. Necrogenesis able to find Nexus, Abyss fighting D to trade. It's all on Necro now as Shui pushing closer, Shane finding Necro, Abyss swinging wide, Shui finding Dimki as well. It's all on Impulse. 1 versus 3. And bear in mind, 2 of these players are really low. Shane's going to be the only real one who can look to fight this. Now, Molly going to force Impulse away. He looks to go in through Hut. Fighting what he can. Spot that first player, unfortunately. No kill to be found. He's just desperately hunting to find him.
Though they don't have any money on LVLup, so he really needs to save that gun.
Yes, absolutely. I think Impulse has realized the odds stacked against him now as he goes in towards ramp, looking to maybe save towards the back of ramp, and IZAKO BOARS with
Wants that op.
a little bit of HP remaining, are able to take it down. Impulse though looking to pick up that AWP and potentially saving a bit more than he bargained for. However, from behind, Shane able to take down Impulse. His greed punishing him here as the AWP does get blasted into oblivion. LVLup unable to save any rifle going into this.
Yeah, that was unfortunate for Impulse. I mean, of course, you want that op, and it's just fingers crossed that they're not outside. But assuming they planted on A, it's very likely that they're outside.
For sure, and we're actually going to see this full buy coming in from IZAKO BOARS, looking to shut down the pistols of LVLup. Bear in mind, they've only just gone 4 pistols down to 2k, hoping to maybe catch the odd gun off guard from IZAKO BOARS here, maybe trying to keep their money honest before they go into rounds. I think that's round 21. The smoke goes down. Exus got to be careful. The push comes through. Shane fighting 2. Sal fighting 1. Exus fighting 2. And IZAKO BOARS find their 11th with relative ease. LVLup wanting to explode through that smoke, maybe catching the odd AK off guard, but fortunately for them, IZAKO BOARS firm and ready as they find
just
it.
hold the left mouse button and they all just run right into your bullets.
Absolutely. We're going to see a timeout coming through. I assume that will be for LVLup. As they go into the best buy they can, it will only be an MP9 in the hands of AVN.
Well, it's still a lackluster buy for LVLup because they had to pretty much double eco. I would have thought that they'd had a little bit more money actually, but it seems they will have to do another eco. That's probably going to put IZAKO BOARS at 12, but we have seen a buy like this, especially on you know, there are some close angles on nuke, for instance blue hut and ramp, where you have to peek around the corner. The only long range area pretty much would be outside for IZAKO BOARS. They've been going there the last couple of rounds in a row, so they might try and switch it up. Might bite them in the ass though.
But we will have to wait and see. IZAKO BOARS playing a bit of a default, actually, looking to play it by ear. I think they're kind of unaware of the buy that LVLup are doing, and it's like LVLup wanting to aggress towards lobby as well. They aggress at the right time. They're actually going to catch these players completely off guard. Push comes through, the crunch comes in, and X is instantly being found, so he's trying to find Impulse on the other side of the map. Amis in main, going to find that first player onto D. A stray bullet finding his head. He looks to tap down more. He'll find Avon. Necrogenesis is able to trade, though. 3 versus 3 now. Oh, sorry, 2 versus 3. Well, LVLup.
Yeah, they did do a decent amount of damage. They've got an AK on Necro, and the Dream is still, and the SG picked up as well. So they have a solid chance here. They have armor, they have, well, only 1 HE grenade, but they walk into, Dimky might actually catch them completely off guard.
Yes, he's got spots. Also, Towel tearing his head clean off, though. That's going to be the sound cue for Necrogenesis. He's going to hear those players pushing down towards that beast site. 45 seconds left now. 1 versus 3. He does have the body armor. He'll be on for the ace. Have to see if he can do it, though. From the looks of it, he is just going to back on away.
Yeah, they have a full buy next round, but you want to keep that extra money in the bag, plus the body armor. You don't need head armor as a CT anyway, because the Ts always run the AKs. So you should be just fine.
And if we see just how close the precursing game has been, especially on that second half, they're going to need every dollar they can spare. And so I completely agree with Necrogenesis here to not even risk going for the 1 versus 3 and looking to just save that AK and use it to its full effect when you've got the rifles and you've got the utility to support you.
Okay, LVLup. They gotta level up right now and give Impulse that up. No, it's going to D. A man can dream.
Yeah, again, Impulse, compared to his play on Vertigo, it's a fairly quiet game. He's still top fragging, he's still going 18-6, but we haven't seen any standout plays from him so far, and he's kind of that catalyst for LVLup, especially on that CT side with that unrelentless aggression.
I mean, the second round where they of this half, he had the scout and he got 2 great kills with the scout, and that says enough about his op skills.
Exactly.
But yeah, he's gonna go for, okay, here steps outside going towards secret, so he's not gonna go for the secret peek again. He is pretty much the outside / secret player the entire time, and he's just gonna fall back, hold for the push at the B. Well, one of the what's those stairs called?
Secret.
No, but the ones he's specifically on. Oh, D gets blown up by Axis, and the op has fallen.
That all bringing through. Three now. Swinging on wide. He's going to spot
Those stairs.
Impulse as he falls on
Where
away.
Impulse died.
Double door.
Ah.
Multiple double door, and we just refer to it as actually Avon finding Avis. He's going to swing further. Dimkey finding Shane. Avon spotting that bomb as well towards center site. Level up. Looking to play for this retake, and it's a 3 versus 3 retake. Avon, two of those players are still going to be really late to the party. Next is going to be in a ramp as well, so I hope to catch up one of these rotating players. Unfortunately, he's just a bit late.
Oh no, this is perfect. He can crawl up right behind them.
Doesn't quite have the guns to it either. Tau, mollied out of position, feels like a fair bit of damage. Exus finds AVN. Tau tapping down Necro. Exus finds Dimkey. From the grave, he will be able to molly off Tau. However, IZAKO BOARS find their 13th now, leading 13-9 against LVLup.
Yeah, that was a really nice move from Axis. Just waiting for the sound cue, hearing the steps dropping, them dropping down, and then just crawling right behind them, taking 2 scalps with him.
Absolutely.
Has a great showing on the op so far. Also, last game it looked really well.
For sure. We're going to see these set pieces come on out, as well as IZAKO BOARS looking to fake some mid or outside control. Avon going to be holding close to ramp. He's going to hit those players close to him. Dinky looking to push and help out. Find that first player. Finding a second as well. Tau trading them. Impulse finds Tau. Pushing from hell. Eagle in hand. Almost taking a fair bit of damage to that molly. However, he's able to push away in time. Exus now going in towards Hut. Players going to be ready for him. He's going to tap closer. Towards center side. That Deagle ringing true for Dimkey. It's messy, but it works. He'll pick up that orb. There's force bite from LVLup. Absolutely perfect.
They played a very nice bait and switch in the blue.
1 versus 4. He'll find Impulse to open it up. Just getting a bit of control for himself.
Nah, I believe. He has all he needs. He's got armor, an AK, and the bomb. So that op is probably gonna... Oh, the op's not peeking in. Has to kill one towards B. And D, he's not gonna check D's angle, so he's just gonna get shot from behind.
And D just needs to swing around. He's going to delay that plant. Finds a bit of time. Dimkey though. Nice little shot with that orb there. Finding Shuey and LVLup. Find their 10th now. Unfortunately though, they are still at a 3-round deficit.
He said level up. I was like actually thinking level up. Like he leveled up. But yeah, that was a really solid run. I mean, Deagles are just so nasty in this game.
Absolutely. LVLup looking to hit level 16. As IZAKO BOARS. Both teams going to be brought up. Going to be a single orb in the hands of D. We're actually going to see him aggressing very heavily towards outside. Scope in hand. As Shuey not wanting to give him much. As the set piece does go out from IZAKO BOARS. They take a minute to line it up as they delay their execution. Allowing control to be taken elsewhere. We're going to see ramp completely smokes off as control is taken from AVN. D now pushing just a bit closer. That molly gonna force him back a little bit. He'll get tagged a fair bit. Shuey finding the instantly, and that's just what IZAKO BOARS needed. Instantly going into a man advantage, forcing that orb away. As Impulse now having to go to garage with just an M4 to take these long-range fights just to make up for the gap in the defense. He'll actually tag down Shane.
That was a really nice molly to zone him out. And the moment that he heard the sound cue of the molly, he knew he was too close.
Absolutely. And LVLup now. One man disadvantage as they look to defend this B site. Impulse evening it out, finding Tau. IZAKO BOARS. The B hit looking to come through. Exus though with this orb. We've seen him actually looking a fair bit with this orb. Looking to make it 2 or 3v2. That one now. That lone man on the railing, looking to see what he can find. The nades go through. The push to follow, and IZAKO BOARS now just going up the vents. It's actually an A hit. Dimkey going to be that lone player. Volleyed out of position. Aphis able to take him down. The player in heaven. Taking down what he can. Impulse still do a bit of damage before falling on away. the swing to follow as well. He'll find the AWP, he'll find a second as well. Looking for a third as that player gonna have no HP at all. A 4K from Impulse there, allowing LVLup to find their 11th. As that's a great round from Impulse there.
Yeah, they were complete sitting ducks. The moment that AVN came up from behind them, they got spooked. The flash came through. Yeah, they were just standing out in the open and no idea what was going on. They got shut down. Very good retake. And Impulse 23 and 18 again. The man is trying his best to carry his team over the victory line.
Absolutely. We're actually going to see another full fight coming out from both teams. IZAKO BOARS though, their economy not looking good at all. As very little utility from them means they're going to have to just be taking these aim duels around the map. We see them stacked out towards outside, the AWP in hand. There's only one smoke, so they're going to have to chuck, well actually 2 smokes. That's all the smokes they have though. They have to chuck some relatively shoddy smokes. Exus fighting Impulse, that's a great opening, that's just what they needed. But D now from heaven. This is all the vision he's going to be denied. It's going to be free reign for him for the rest of this round.
Oh, AVN is like their last defense towards the B site. He has to hold them off, and otherwise they get this for free. Great flash coming up, and he's going to fall back.
B finding Exus, putting it into a 4 versus 4, but the push is going to come on through. The site's going to be taken, and B now on ramp. He'll be able to find Shui as well, and we do have AVN still in control room. He'll be able to stack down Shane. He'll actually find Abyss as well. A great little hold from him. It's all on town now. AK in hand. He's able to just retrieve it. Pushes forward towards control. Tag down that player from ramp. The follow-up does make a fair bit of noise. He pushes down towards site. He's going to spot that player tapping that bomb. Swing wide. Find a second on the Necro. Swinging wide. Almost finding a third onto Dimkey. Here's he'll take him down. And LVLup. Finding that 12th round now. 13 to 12.
LVLup.
That round's deficit from LVLup being reduced to just 1 round. IZAKO BOARS, their economy not looking good either. It will probably just be your pistols and a fast play from them. So they look to maybe explode out towards this ace site, maybe catch the odd or maybe the odd rifle off guard from LVLup. We're actually going to see them force into it. It'll be MAC-10s, Galils and pistols for IZAKO BOARS now as they look to push towards lobby. As that nade goes down, it will be a fast A play. As the set piece is faked, and actually we're actually going to see them turn around now towards round. 3 players stacked up. D AWP in hand, going to be that point of contact.
Yeah, D's got to hold this down. Luckily the flash whiffs.
He'll find Avis. He'll actually leg Exus as well. Push continue wants to go through. Avon just checking that molly, not wanting to give IZAKO BOARS an inch of ground.
What can they do from this position? You could rush down. Yeah, I guess that's probably not going to happen because you never really go for the position that you push. They're actually going to push towards heaven.
Dewey actually in a great position. He's going to be that point of contact. Necro able to find him though. Tao from behind though. He'll find Impulse. Try to go up that ladder. Aiming it. Find him. Turn around towards CT. Finding Shane as well. It's all on Exus. 16 HP. And AVN finding his third. Tying it up. 13 to 13. We'll level up now as they start really gaining momentum. IZAKO BOARS going to be able to buy fully into this. They're going to be that AWP in the hands of Exus. Or Tao actually looking for that glass spill. So no, it does go back towards Exus. Going for that glass cannon. The timeout comes on through.
Yeah, a little tactical timeout because what player are you going to make Exus without armor? So he's going to try and go for those long range fights. I would assume against D outside would probably be the best idea unless you feel confident enough that you can get the peak connection going at ramp. One of my favorite plays has always been, you know, when they blow, one person throws a nade which blows up the door, and the moment the door blows up, the operator's ready. The T-opper is ready at Squeaky, then just shotgun someone down that pushes from outside.
And we'll hope to see it. Unfortunately, we see that IZAKO BOARS. They are doing a fairly bad job at getting that man advantage. They're able to get it, but it's instantly brought back by LVLup as they get that refrag. And IZAKO BOARS just need to try and hold man advantage next time they go for it. That's a very fast outside play taken. We're going to see Shui. He's able to get up towards red almost instantly. He's going to push towards Secret as well. This is an ultra fast push coming in from him.
But he's all alone, and they might not expect that he went on his own. They might actually rotate as a couple of players down below to try and hold off that push, and he'll use it as a bait towards A, and it seems they're exactly planning that.
Maybe I'm going to be trapped. Shui making a bit of noise before falling on away. How many players from IZAKO BOARS? Set piece lined up. See, take a moment just to see if it goes flying. And off it goes. That's going to be a great locker room smoke. Landing perfectly for IZAKO BOARS. Impulse though, going to be holding firm in garage. He's going to be that point of contact for LVLup. And Shui swing on wide to find that first, but finding a second onto Avis as well. As IZAKO BOARS now, two-man disadvantage. Shane coming in through Hut. Gonna have to win this Angel if he wants to get a chance in this round. As Dimkey spotted, and he isn't even gonna... That might shoulder peek a little bit, but he doesn't need to fight for this. 30 seconds left now, and IZAKO BOARS need to move quickly. Nexus scoped up, ready for that push to come in through garage, but there's none to come. Necro Genesis holding high. Dimkey ready to swing on his contact. 20 seconds left now, and IZAKO BOARS needs something quickly. Tau falling from in hand. Shane also gonna fall. It's all on Nexus now. Molly in hand. He'll be forced out by Impulse and LVLup. Finally take the lead. 14 to 13. They lead on Nuke now. And if there was ever a time to bring it back, it was now. Bearing in mind that IZAKO BOARS were 39 up at one point. Whatever it is that they've been doing just hasn't worked against the defense of LVLup.
Yeah, LVLup finally started playing their A game. Impulse holding down that outside perfectly. And D's also finally started to hit a couple of those op shots in the previous rounds. And now we're going to see a very heavy outside rush. They're just going to go down vent. Oh, I was just blind.
Yeah, through the smoke, he just taking down Shane instantly. And IZAKO BOARS looking for a fast play. Avin's going to hear all this. He's going to be making a bit of noise for himself as he goes towards railing. Impulse will be there to help out though. He'll attempt to tag down Tau before they don't have position. Avis finding D. Avis finding AVN as well. Impulse now moves that low player on the site and tag down one. He'll find all fucking four. Wow. And instantly he'll take down all of them, hitting 30 for himself there. 30 kills to just 20 deaths. As
last bullet in the chamber as well. Look at that.
Absolutely
last
beautiful.
Bullet, boom, boom, boom. Beautiful. Beautiful from Impulse. Shutting them completely down. And of course, top fragging in this server.
Again, if you're IZAKO BOARS, what do you do? If LVLup are hitting shots like this, what can you do to try and counteract that? Two of those kills found the head through the legs of his teammates. Let's see IZAKO BOARS again, trying to get that player out towards outside control. The remaining, of course, going in towards lobby. That outside smoke, allowing Shui to just push on towards Secrets. He tagged for his worries though. Impulse just spamming him down.
They got it. They're rotating down below because they expect more to be in secret, but it seems to be a ramp push. Oh, Abdul.
Then comes forward. The jump across and D still finding Exus. It will be tagged down, it will be legged a little bit. Exus free fire working out perfectly. AVN though. It's spotted by Shui. He'll still be able to find him though. And that was the jaws in IZAKO BOARS' push there. Having that flank towards ramp, and it's just been completely nullified by AVN now. Tau going in towards Hut. Is going to be ready for him. However, Tau winning the Angel. Dimkey though, we've seen him towards lower site, instantly able to refrag. Okay, able to find him though. Avis finding AVN, and IZAKO BOARS now. This is looking up for them. Impulse being taken down. Avis having a hero round right now. It goes to the 1 versus 1 D versus Shane.
Op versus AK. Oh, but he's got the utility on his side. Used everything, but the shot whiffs.
The shots though. That's Shane now. AK in hand. That bomb slowly ticking through. D looking to hold it. However, Shane knows he's low. That nade could be perfect. And Shane will find him. Finding the 14th for IZAKO BOARS. It took them 6 rounds in a row to hit round 14, but they finally did. And if there was ever a time to do it, now's it. We're gonna hit the last round of, well, standard time. As IZAKO BOARS look to hit overtime. LVLup looking to take it 16-14. It's going to be a full buy on behalf of both teams. IZAKO BOARS, unfortunately, in the hands of Shuey, going to be no utility whatsoever. Exodus going to be able to get that. I believe in the OT.
I believe in the OT. Let's go. Come on, IZAKO BOARS. I want to see more of this nuke from these two teams. Oh, Impulse going very greedily.
Coming up onto red.
This is scary.
You won't see anything. He'll try eventually finding Exodus. Almost finding a second though. Tao able to take him down.
How did that round start like that? How? Like, he knew he was out of position completely.
He's able to take him down.
And tag down Shuey to 12 HP. So that actually was worthwhile as well. The jump up and roundabout on top of red.
We are going to see Abyss actually looking to aggress towards heaven. IZAKO BOARS potentially hitting this ace split.
They do have a 3-man A defense with 1 down below.
Let's see Dimki actually towards vent, ready for that heaven push as well.
Yeah, they're positioned pretty well. I mean, D has to play pretty either close up, but there's no one in his sight, so he's gonna have to peek out wide.
Ups way, so we're gonna find him. That means that heaven push is gonna be lethal. Shuey finding 2 of his own. Necrogenesis finding 1. Shane taking him down, and that heaven push wasn't even required. It's all on AVN now, and it looks like we're going to overtime. AVN now 1 versus 3. Botted in towards heaven, just tagging players where he can. Unfortunately, not much damage to be found. As that flash goes off.
A dream. Let's see if he does not have a lot of time left. Still has a defuse kit and has to push it quickly, but that Molly is going to make it over.
That must be harrowing. He's going to take a fair bit of damage. Shane going to swing wide, and we're going to overtime. IZAKO BOARS finding a second wins and closing out the final 2 rounds of the game. And this was just a great opening from Shuey here, finding 2 kills instantly. That volley was perfect, allowing the flank to come on through. However, again, it wasn't needed. Necrogenesis only finding 1 before he gets taken down. And Impulse 31-22.
I can't wait for this OT. I want to see more of Impulse just in general. I actually hope that LVLup are going to win game number 2 so that we can go to a 3rd and decider map. Because these teams are going to make it very interesting. Of course, they are going to have... The winner of this is going to go on to face up against the Na'Vi Juniors squad. And the loser of this is eliminated. So there's quite a bit of money on the line for both squads.
Absolutely. And we're going to go live. But now, as... we look at the odds here. The odds actually favouring level... Oh, IZAKO BOARS. My apologies, I had a quick switch over there.
Wait, now it's the other way around. Now
yes, it has. IZAKO BOARS, potentially the favourite going into this, but only marginally. As we're going to see them again, setting up for what looks like a very fast outside take. We're going to see that set piece going out. We're going to see the flash to follow. And the player's just barreling forward. LVLup actually fighting for control. Abyss finding AVN. Impulse going to be hiding behind the side of that smoke. D in an aggressive position. Going to find Ecstasy. Jumps on up. The utility doing so much damage as well to Abyss. And D through the smoke finding Shuey there.
He with a nice double. Finally waking up with the op. And especially that first shot was pretty nice. Only seeing the head. Good quick position from the CTs as well. They were ready for IZAKO BOARS' push, and they'll be double stacking ramp with, I assume, Necro leaving the area soon. Oof. D, he wants that ace.
Two players at the ready and counting as he looks to actually aggress forward from ramp. The remaining players from IZAKO boards, of course, going to be pushing towards Squeaky as Tau and Avis pushing forward. There's going to be a flank behind them though. Impulse going to be ready and Vents. Dimkey from behind. That's not that first player. Taking down Tau. Going to hear that other player. 3 HP now on Avis, and the odds are just so badly stacked against him. Might potentially be able to get towards site, but he's going to hear those players closing the distance in lobby. And of course, scoped up on him. Avis isn't there either. Dimkey taking him down and level up. Hitting 16.
Yeah, that was a nice clean round from D. Now he finally evened out his score, 22, 4, and 22. And a little bit of a slow first half of the map and finally woke up. On the other side, who's the top fragger there? Avis is top fragging for IZAKO boards versus Impulse for LVLup. Luckily, this for them, this is a 16k OT, so they definitely have more than enough money for every possible round.
Absolutely, and IZAKO boards going for a very fast A push. Push comes through. It's going to be event dives from almost, I think that's 3 players there. As AVN going to molly it down from ramp, just trying to buy a bit of time. However, the plant's going to come through instantly. The finding Shane to open it up. Amis able to get that plant. However, AVN closes the distance. AVN actually going to instantly be able to go into this defuse. Shuey from behind, able to find Necro. Didn't keep running Shuey. Now that remaining player's going to find one. Attempt that down a second though. D finding him. It's all on Nexus now. That defuse still coming on through. And AVN able to take it down. LVLup finds 17.
Well, that was a really quick vent rush bomb plant, but that's more a strat you do when you've got no weaponry, you've got no guns. And, like, the rest of the team was not ready. 2 of them dropped down vents and got everything situated to get the plant in and everything, but the moment that they die, there's no one to defend the bomb plant.
Absolutely, and with IZAKO boards now, for the last round of the half, going to be on a full buy. Gonna be that AWP in the hands of Nexus. We still haven't seen that double AWP come out from LVLup. Maybe Impulse just not comfortable AWPing on this map.
But D definitely is comfortable.
Another great opening for LVLup. As an advantage put back in its place, Shane. Genesis in main, gonna spot Tau before falling on away. Yeah, just playing for info, he's tagged down to just 9 HP. Dimkey towards double door as well. Gonna swing on wide, gonna spot that push coming through. Tau gonna find D as well. Tau finding Impulse, and Tau finding Necrogenesis, a 3k in lobby. The one-man army, it's all on Dimkey now. 1 versus 4, moving towards single door, swinging on wide, but Shuey tearing his head clean off. And IZAKO boards, they do find 1 on that T side of Nuke in overtime.
Yes.
Which will come on through.
But now IZAKO boards, they did win a lot of rounds in a row on their CT side. Let's see if they can still handle the CT side and try and hold off the LVLup push. IZAKO boards went really aggressive. They went full davai CSGO in that overtime. All 3 rounds they tried to rush it quickly. And the first 2, it didn't really pay off. Like, not even close. But that 3rd round, finally, the bullets connected. Are they going to go for the double op? I do think that this is probably one of the best maps to go for a dual op. You could even, you know, pick up the dual op and like the M4, you know, the juggle.
Absolutely. Looks like IZAKO boards playing a bit safe though, as LVLup again going to be mirroring their buy just with AKs rather than M4s. And LVLup actually going for outside control again. It's been a while since we've seen them on the CT side. It feels like it was almost an age ago, that first half.
It's another map where it's ridiculously close between these 2 teams. Like, as close as can be. It's OT.
Absolutely. I see LVLup lining up that outside take. That piece. Gonna go out. That molly again, proving to be so effective, forcing players away from red. That piece goes out. Utility gonna be down. However, no push from LVLup. IZAKO boards gonna be left guessing as LVLup looks to push back round towards the lobby. That heaven smoke gonna be set up. AVN volleying out. finding out vents as
They like playing the mind games on Level Up with their strats a lot.
now going to be spotted in ramp. He's going to drop that molly, hoping to try and get away. Unfortunately, he's trapped, and little does he know he will be able to get away though.
Wow.
In time, I'm amazed he survived that. Impulse
That
on the
was
flank as well.
so lucky that they were both holding their grenades. He could have actually, if he jumped up with his M4, he could have completely destroyed them.
30 seconds left now. Impulse going to find Avis and level up. That's going to be the catalyst to push on towards this A site. Flash goes on. Secondary flash going to follow. Shane finding one. Shane spamming as well. Shuey finding one of his own. Shane now just going to be holding and waiting. 15 seconds left now. They need to hold on to this bomb. The set piece comes out. X is going to be looking down through that smoke. He will find Impulse. However, that molly going to take him down. Tao finding Dimkey. It's a 1 versus 1. Pistol in hand. Tao will find him. And IZAKO BOARS tie it up 17 to 17 on a beautiful defense there.
What was that hero play through the smoke right there?
Absolutely, going out of the smoke into his own molly and still finding Impulse on top of that reactor.
1G right there, but beautiful. Beautiful 1G. I mean, that shot on Impulse was such a nice flick reaction. Those are one of those shots that if you would make one of those in your own pub games, you're just gonna keep on. Remember that shot? Bruh.
Absolutely. Level up again, just setting up for this outside control. I like how they initially take outside control before they even consider anywhere else on the map. As IZAKO BOARS, even though they haven't really pushed too heavily towards outside, we see level up to it quite a lot. I think they're wary of their own plays being used against them. As that set piece goes on out. Molly, it's about a bit of space. X is going to be in secret, open hands. This time aggressing towards Silo, maybe hoping to find, maybe catch a player off guard. That Molly's going to force him away though. Backs on, off, level up. Just slowly shifting towards heaven as well. Avis potentially wary of this.
LVLup were very tactical in their executes.
Absolutely, Impulse now up towards heaven. Avis though, wary of it. Impulse closes the distance.
Fully expected so close.
Found. Avis able to take him down though. The bomb spotted on Dimkey as he's able to trade. Nexus now gonna spot that Orca as well. They're doing a fair bit of damage. Necro finding Tao. Shuey trading on to Necro. 3 versus 3 now. 30 seconds, well, 35 seconds left. And level up. Gonna have to commit to somewhere fairly soon. That's AVN. This A site. Shane finding AVN. Dimkey coming up from heaven. He's gonna spot Shane towards heaven. 25 seconds remaining. He's gonna drop. Tapping down what he can. He's able to find him though. Shane taking him down. Shane finding D as well. Winning the 1 versus 2. And finding IZAKO BOARS their 18th now. 18 to 17. And level up. They won 6 rounds in a row to get round 15. And now it's almost torn away from them. They're going to play for overtime too. IZAKO BOARS looking to close us out like they probably should have done in regular time.
I'm actually kind of surprised that the player Heaven, I didn't catch which one was from the T's was in Heaven, but that he didn't get the call that there was someone second vent, because his teammate just got shot from there.
We did see it was Dimkey, and he did.
Yeah, but that jump down
against.
really put him out of position.
Absolutely. There's a lot again lined up for these outside smokes.
Axis going the exact same route. Up on secret. Molly on top and getting mollied off his position. But he's going to chill there. He's going to wait. Might run into some enemies though.
X is actually staying fairly aggressive. He's going to spot all 3 players close to the distance. Maybe ain't going to find that initial push. And that's going to kickstart the round. Level up now, accelerating towards this B site. And IZAKO BOARS, they haven't committed. They haven't rotated too quickly yet. It will just be Tao alone on this B site. He's going to spot Necro. He's going to spot that bomb. I'm not sure if he knows it's the bomb though. As the flick comes forwards, he'll tag down. Won't even tag Necro actually. 3 versus 5 now. IZAKO BOARS wanting to put down the map. Avis, doing a fair bit of damage, but negligible in the grand scheme of things. He's going to play that orb out of position. He'll tag him down. Almost finding the kill though. 3 peek yet to be there. That nade from Shuey going to be perfect as they'll take down D. Push comes forward. Necro finding Shane. Dimkey finding Shuey. It's all on Avis now. And from behind, he'll be found by Dimkey. Level up, tie it up. 18 to 18 as we go to overtime 2.
Okay, how many OTs are we going to get?
If it's anything less than 4, I'm going to be disappointed.
Then what should I order for dinner?
And we've got another best of 3 straight after this. The winner of this going on to play against Na'Vi Jr. in the lower bracket final.
Yeah, and that is to decide who goes on to the playoffs, and the other team is going to get eliminated. OT number 2. Will IZAKO BOARS be able to take this series in 2 maps, or will LVLup be able to turn this one around?
Let's see a fast push from LVLup, wanting to get that fast vent dive. However, the molly not quite extinguished. That's going to slow any push. That nade as well. They're going to hit AVN down to fairly low HP. Dimkey pushing out towards the safe site, shifting forward, seeing what space he can find. Have a Shane, gonna find him. That's the opening. LVLup now coming towards this A-take, flank coming through. Can be taken down by Necro. Shane, they're able to trade. AVN finding the trade as well. The follow-up's going either way as the push comes forward. Tau gonna be mollied out of position. And we're gonna hit a 3 versus 3 retake. And D, unfortunately, bomb in hand. Gonna be able to get that plant. It's a bit slow as D scanning that smoke, looking to find someone. Tau are pushing from heaven, able to take down Impulse, and that plant being delayed. Avis now pushing up from Hut. He's going to have perfect position to just rain terror from the side. And AVN, wary of this, knowing that the push is a very dangerous option. We're going to see them push down as events, pushing down towards that B site. Rotation comes through from IZAKO BOARS as well. Avis going towards ramp. Exus going to follow them down into those vents.
D
on ramp.
That long range fight with the op. Is he gonna peek into Avis? Oof.
He'll be taken down. Exus now. 1v2. Open that door, scoped up towards Reactor. Knowing the location of the player is one thing. He'll actually take down AVN, that's a great opening. 1 versus 1 now, that bomb is ticking. He has to find him soon. All in hands, both players just dodging around each other. What a snow scope as Exus takes down D. Kiss in hand, does he have enough time? It's ticking close. And he'll win it. What a round for IZAKO BOARS. That snow scope, absolutely beautiful from Exus there. And that's a round they absolutely shouldn't have won. Absolutely incredible there.
That one was, wow. That he actually hits the no scope flick as well. That's just icing on the cake. I mean, first of all, he jumps around out double doors and then peeks the guy on the right. Kind of lucky that the opera doesn't quickly, you know, peek in and shoot him down. But afterwards, just that ring around the rosy fight.
And we see Exus now has the confidence. He's pushing in towards Hut. He'll take down AVN as well as IZAKO BOARS really warming to the feel of Nuke now. Impulse though coming in from behind. It's going to be that flank. However, Avis ready for him. He'll take him down. Well, unfortunately, the timing isn't quite there. Dimkey able to take him down. Dimkey also tapping up towards heaven. Trying to find Shane as he'll fall on away. Find him, Dimkey. Shui almost finding another. D finding Avis. Necrogenesis finding Shui. 2 versus 2 now as Shane and Tau. Looks like this a sight. And Tau finding one, falling on away. D going to be spotted. D falling at Tau. That's a great flank from him. IZAKO BOARS 20-18 they lead.
Yeah, that is a wonderful round outplayed by IZAKO BOARS. Again, aggressive op from X. He likes playing the aggressive op. This time it did not go outside, but went instead with a quick peek and wins that fight. I mean, he's really feeling it. And are they going to double op? They have a lot of guns in the CT spawn. You can see an M4A1, an extra op on the floor. I mean, no auto sniper, kind of disappointed.
You'll see another timeout come on through here. You'll see one of the IZAKO BOARS players just spinning around in CT, almost as if he can't get a head around that opening round from Exus there. I'm still caught up in that. A great 1 versus 2.
I mean, he's the man with the hero plays.
Absolutely. And
LVLup, they need to win this round, though. You need to have a little bit of wiggle room.
yes, and Avis now juggling these guns as he goes up towards heaven. And we're actually going to see the double up. It's not from LVLup, it's from IZAKO BOARS. Who'd have thought? It's LVLup going for this outside control. And
Yeah, Axis is going to his old little B spot. Not going to push towards Secret though, but
Axis looking to catch the heads of players who shift on past. I think he did there. Actually unable to capitalize off it. AVN taking a fair bit of damage. Dimki actually fighting Tau. He tries to aggress on ramp. We're actually going to see Avis dropping down, fighting Necro. He's going to push down towards ramp. Scope in hand. That Molly's going to force him away. He's going to hold it for just a little bit longer, hoping to catch some poor player off guard. The push comes through though. However, LVLup just dropping down in towards that fence, going down towards that B site. Exus all in hand. Going to almost tag down that first player. Shui finding Impulse. D finding Exus to trade though. That flash going out. Shui just going to swing on wide. Push comes through. AVN finding him. LVLup now. Avis now 1 versus 2. It was originally a 1 versus 3. We're going to see him push down from ramp. He's going to hit that player around him. He's going to get tagged down by the Molly. And LVLup. At least find 1 round on that T side.
oh, that was he tried to go for the Axis hero play. I mean, with as a secondary opper, getting those 2 kills or in the round already pretty nice, but unfortunately ending the round with a sizzle.
And
IZAKO BOARS no back on the T side. Well, their first OT was very aggressive, to say the least.
We saw them taking these fast outside plays. Again, we saw this fast A execute as well, where they just reacted off that squeaky player, making a bit of noise. Have to see if they can do it again, though, as LVLup gonna be very wary of it. We see how they like to play aggressive towards outside as well. Looks like we might see it as well from B here. That Molly gonna prevent any push, however. IZAKO BOARS instantly taking outside control. Necrogenesis preventing any dive towards vents as Avis wary of any push.
Molly down vent so that they can't jump down there safely, but it seems they're going to go for the outside take with 1 flanker.
That piece goes out. Impulse just hiding, not wanting to commit to anything just yet. Exus might be caught completely off guard here, and what a shot from Impulse. Just a little spray. Finds Exus's head instantly.
I mean, it was one of the angles that Axis was completely not watching.
We're going to see LVLup actually aggressing into lobby as well. Now I think he just swapped places with one of those CT players.
That was going to get flanked from behind.
Necrogenesis taking him down. That nade in towards that, going to try and buy a bit of time, however. LVLup wary of IZAKO BOARS' plans. Impulse wary of the player from behind. Exus will find D. Evening the player count. Impulse making some noise towards as Axis swings on wide. Avis taking him down. Time gets in there. Shane finding Necrogenesis. Avis finding Dimki. And the collapse comes in towards that A site. Avis now alone. 1 versus 4. He will find Axis though. On that ladder, just spamming the M4. And it will be fortunately for them.
Match point and series point. 2 times that the LVLup has to beat IZAKO BOARS right now.
Absolutely. And unfortunately for him, it is just a silver lining. IZAKO BOARS down 21-19, they lead. 1 more round required for them to close out the map and the series. As LVLup again, we don't see this double up setup, we see it just being D. Open hand, we're going to see him push down towards up, wanting to progress actually. As Shane instantly dropping in towards that vent, coming back up, falls down, gonna have to try and run away. Shui instantly taking him down. He aggressing in towards Hut. He's found as he pushes lobby. Dimki able to trade onto Shui though. As Shane close to control, he's actually going to be in a prime position to aid IZAKO BOARS on their B take. AVN able to drop down. He's just going to push down towards ramp though.
Oh, control.
Push back up towards ramp.
Gonna be interesting what's happening towards B.
And
Because it seems it's gonna be a full-on B fight.
for IZAKO BOARS, this fight towards control room is going to be the decider, as if they close out the series, or for LVLup, it'll be if they keep themselves alive. AVN not even wanting to fight it. Now coming in through single door. And IZAKO BOARS absolutely know there's going to be a player, maybe 2, waiting for them. It's just a matter of where. And single door opens. Exus tagged down a little bit. AVN finding Tau. Exus trading onto Dimki. Shane finding AVN. It's all on Necrogenesis. 1 versus 3 to keep level up in the game. Avis will find him and take him down. IZAKO BOARS.
Avis just standing there and like, he has his knife in his hand. He's like, I'm gonna slow walk right to vent, and then oh crap.
Absolutely.
IZAKO BOARS 22 to 19, 2-0. And they're going to be facing up against Navi Jr.
Again, great game on both maps as well. I appreciate all of you guys for coming in to watch. Don't go anywhere, as